Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 11 playoff action. We are deep into the loser's bracket, and I am deep in here with two special panelists. It is professional Dota player, formerly of Happy Seals and C-Dub, Salacious Sea Lion 62, and former League of Legends pro, Andybendy. How are you doing on this fine evening?
Awesome. I'm doing great. We're gonna watch some great games. Hopefully, I guess.
I'm just glad to be talking with Badger. When he talks to me, it makes me feel good about myself. Make sure to pick up that bass and subscribe to Twitch, guys.
Very interesting.
First pick. This is a really fast draft. They did their bans so fast.
I'm gonna say it right now. The Treant team already has extremely strong odds. I think
Yeah.
people are horrendous at playing against Treant Protector.
He seems to be pretty strong too.
A hero does a lot of damage, and as far as I'm concerned, heroes a lot of damage are just good.
Tree is
Yeah.
cool. They ban Ricky's still in the pool. That's an annoying hero. All the summon heroes are still in the pool. Lena's gone. Tuska's gone.
Ooh, okay.
Phoenix.
Club is just for.
I've seen some Chinese teams picking this, and when on the few occasions I've watched Chinese EPC, I've seen this picked. So I don't know. This has got to be.
It seems pretty good against Tree.
Yeah. Not
Tree
quite the. You go into you go.
No, I mean Tree is just something like it doesn't hit egg. It doesn't stun it. It's like a health hero, where Phoenix is like a max health damage kind of hero. Two strength heroes that don't hit egg into Phoenix.
You know, think about it. They have 3 more picks to solve that problem. They can just Orchid the Phoenix mid dive. They can Hex the Phoenix. They'll find a way to deal with it.
No, they definitely have the rest of their draft to deal with egg. It's just that the first 2 heroes won't really deal with egg, so they kind of have to deal with in the next 3.
I'm not really the biggest fan of Lestrak here, though. I will say, this looks just a little bit sussy.
Why is it? Why?
Why?
Is it because Tree is
it's
easy
just
lockdown for you?
I mean, they removed a lot of the power from the hero, and it's not like they buffed its weaknesses. Like the hero is still just like this pretty squishy early game for a while. All magical damage. I don't know. I just don't think it's a 7-pick hero anymore. Like, yeah, maybe I'm wrong though. Who knows? Who knows?
Do you know where the Leshrac is going? Is it definitely mid?
It's almost certainly mid. I'm looking up the stats right now, but I've seen Sweet play Leshrac before. This dude is good at Leshrac.
I will say, like, for example, they picked Primal Beast on 8 here. Like, this is gonna make it so easy. Like, this guy could just solo kill the Lestrak for so long. Like, I'm hoping this is Primal mid, because it's gonna have a free lane, and it's gonna farm really well. Yeah. That's my thoughts on this.
Alright, we have our stats. This is a 100% win rate gamer with Leshrac. 100% win rate gamer.
Wait, with how many games played, okay?
2 games.
Okay, Badger.
I mean, it's
okay,
more than
to
one.
be fair, I was there for the one other game, and I was impressed. If you look at his pub profile, it's his 3rd most played hero lifetime, only behind Queen of Pain and Zeus. In pubs, he has 324 games with a 63% win rate. So again, 100% win rate, 63% win rate, both pretty good. So I'm in on this pick here.
I mean, they had good bans to protect it. Or like the Lena's already banned, Tuska's gone. They're banning Sniper. Maybe they'll win Drow. Drow's still in the pool. They could. I feel like Drow might be an okay pick for Dire. They already have a front line. I mean, it doesn't synergize well with Tree, but it's probably good in defeats. I would assume Drow's okay in Phoenix.
Surely, yeah. I mean, especially in the lane, you get that silence could be really nice.
Yeah. The only thing I would say that I don't think that the Drow lane is like super free. I mean, how do I say this? I don't think Drow is super free into Phoenix because like attack speed slow versus like 90% of your damage being auto attacks is pretty good in the laning phase. But in the game, in the game you have Gust, you have high range, hit egg, Tiny. Do you know where this Tiny's headed to? I don't think Carl really plays it, or Hobbs really plays it that much, so I would assume it's probably a sport Tiny.
I'm guessing it's a Kubrick Tiny, yeah, but you never know sometimes.
Sure. It's still flexible.
A very flexible hero. I mean, I'm sure if we're looking at Hobbs, I mean, Hobbs could be saying right now, right, what kind of crazy stuff can we be doing with this Leshrac flex, Tiny flex, Phoenix kind of a flex?
I think that these aren't really flexes. I think we kind of know where these are all going, like realistically.
If you think about it less deeply, then suddenly it's very flexible.
That's fair. That's fair.
I
Mhm.
think. I mean, they have stuns. They have wave clear, kind of. I guess actually, I guess the wave clear is a little lacking because the all like Phoenix doesn't clear the wave super fast, and Tiny needs to be made
No,
area
no,
to
no.
clear
I think
them.
the wave clear is fine. I think that they need to get things that hit towers. Like they kind of have so far, but I'd say it's important they have a carry that can hit tower as well. Um, yeah. I mean, one of the things about Lestrak is that a lot of how he gets towers is just like pushing a lane really fast and then Wing it. But like Trina's kind of good at catching that out. Like you need like tower pushes as a team against Trian, not like this like split push shit. It just doesn't work. It's just an easy way to get caught
Brood, I
out
think.
basically.
Okay, that's one way to take towers.
Bet
Rude.
Primal Beast mid, Bounty 3, Marana 4.
I would assume this bounty's a core. So 1, 2, 3, and I think Primal's 2. I think Primal's 2 or 3. Bounty's probably flexible between the first 3 rolls. Uh, Brood. Okay, I don't really know much about either of these Brood matchups, but I would assume that they'd want to put Primal into Brood. That's my assumption because you have really high base damage early on in Primal, so you can get denies before Broodmother gets like her levels. And then later on, I would assume that you can just
I would
stop
just like the
over the
Primal Beast to be in
damage.
mid because Primal
No matter
Beast,
what.
yeah,
It's just the
because
best
Primal
mid.
Beast can just eat Lestrak and eat Broodmother early game like so easily.
Okay. Then they can still pick a
Um,
hero because I would imagine they don't want Bounty into Brood, and Bounty is almost definitely a core. I
yeah,
guess
yeah, for
they could
sure.
Morana core as well.
I'm
I
not in a Marana core. At least not
Yeah,
in
no,
Rhoades
I don't.
environments.
I'm not either. I think it's going to be Bounty core, and I don't think Bounty core is going to want to lane against Brood. So I'm thinking it's either Primal mid or Primal laning against Brood. What's the last pick? Bouche, I think.
24 pick will go to Bouche, so it'll
I'm
be
not
the
really the
Hobbs
biggest
24.
fan of this bounty hunter, by the way. I just like, it's like they're really all in on killing people. I guess it just doesn't seem that good to me.
10 seconds remaining.
I
It's
feel like this draft
a
was
little
going the
spooky.
right direction until I saw the bounty. Now I feel like it's going to rely on all roads to have a lot of outplaying to win this game. Where I think if
Yeah.
Bouche play equally well, they're probably going to win this game.
Radiant team
I mean, they definitely have the tools to like kill people and like run over the game. But if they don't run over the game, like BKBs are really gonna own them.
The problem with playing
Um,
Bouche though is they have 3 core players that are extraordinarily good at just not dying. Like you look at Swede, look at Yes Sir, especially those 2 players, they're very good at just not dying as cores. Where occasionally they'll make the crazy aggressive play and die doing that, but on the defensive end, they'll generally not die if they're playing conservatively. The problem is, especially with players like Swede, they're not always going to be playing defensively and playing conservatively. Sometimes it'll be the go in and feed for the outplay play. So,
Bloodseeker.
ooh, okay.
well, Seeker seems okay.
Bloodseeker is really good against Broodmother in the lane and in the game.
They don't really have
They
a
don't have
good.
any way to hit towers,
Yeah,
so I don't really like this. Like they're really all in on like just I guess winning the lanes, which is not the worst idea ever.
I mean they're really good at winning the lanes, and if they get a lead, they might be able to like I don't know, just like chain kill people. But they're really bad at hitting towers. If the game goes like even.
Just run at your opponents, kill them, and if you don't kill them, call GG, go next game.
Exactly.
Is Bloodseeker that good against Brood in lane? They don't really have a hard stun for her, and she's really fast with the webs. If I imagine, like, and she's kind of like also a sustain hero. I can't tell if Bloodseeker. I feel like Broodmother would be fine against Bloodseeker in the lane, at least in the lane. I don't know about the game,
I
but
mean,
in
it's
the
one of
lane
those
you can.
things where Bloodseeker's a good enough hero to hold down the lane until people can rotate, say, at level 6 or at minute 6 or something with a rune.
Well,
And then
I
at
think
that
the
point,
time.
you shift the lane over.
Yeah. Well, I think most heroes can get out of lane against Brood pre-6 most of the time. It's like if you can't dumpster her before 6, usually worst case, even if you can kill her spider, she'll just power farm the jungle. Worst case.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to dumpster her pre-6. And
I mean,
I
this
just
lane
like
could be really bad if they don't try to drag a bunch of waves.
Brother's lane or
Yeah. I'm assuming that this is tiny in the lane. They should definitely attempt to drag. Faceless
Rude.
That's a good
Void.
pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Faceless.
I mean, they have the melee cores who have to walk in.
How does he do against Bounty Hunter? I feel Bounty Hunter would be good against Tiny or if it's Void in lane. Just because like you're not really burst like I mean you do burst damage, but like it's very low cooldown. Uh if that makes sense. So I feel like at least for laning phase, I feel like Bounty Hunter would be fine into Faceless Void.
Mm,
I'm a
yeah, I'm
little bit
not
scared.
sure how this plays out.
Yeah, the Bouche lineup seems a lot more well-rounded, or like it's well-rounded, and then all roads to victory. It's like a sharp like.
I mean, I think
long
that they should win all
dagger.
their like. I think maybe mid is like the only lane that's a draw, but I think Primal Beast should like come out ahead. Like you should be able to get more denies and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, who has an easier time? I feel like it's a little easier to play. What's it called? Less tiny than for contesting the runes than it is Primal Piranha. I don't know how much that will matter this game. I'm just thinking like they don't really have until Primal gets 6. They don't have a guaranteed setup from Hero.
All right, any last verdicts before I go away from you two for the game?
I think this is a long game that Mathmagician will take it home. It's a shorter
I'd give a
game.
slight edge to Bouche, but I could also see Dyer just running them over. I do think that their shots are a little bit more cohesive. I mean, as long as they like are willing to play base defense and split push, like it's gonna be so hard for Dyer to like end the game.
And then if they mess up one time, because they're all melee heroes, like if they mess up one
Yeah.
time, like they could lose the game, like being up like 10k, 15k.
Yep.
I appreciate you two coming to talk to the draft with me. I'll come see you again in anywhere from 25 minutes to 2 hours and 30 minutes, whenever this game one ends. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Andy. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Badger. Go team.
Good team.
And we are now being joined by a man of many titles. Formerly the league caster of MD2L, currently a caster of many leagues, including the SA Division 1 DPC. Head admin of the PDC, it's Mathmagician 10. How you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing great. I'm trying to collect them all. Who knows how many other leagues that I'll get to cast, and that can add to my belt.
On the bright side, I can do this all day, you know? Like, you listen to some, like, these sports podcasts, and they'll, like, intro their guests for 6 straight minutes, like, all right, this guy did this and that, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I can give intros for 6 minutes.
No. I don't want you to give that many intros. Thankfully, the pause wasn't that long, so we'll actually have done it. I was worried. Every time it's an NA pause, you wonder if you're going to be in there for the 15-minute opening pause in the game, but thankfully, we are moving forward. I like this draft that I had in front of me. I honestly was very surprised by the openers for both of these teams. On all roads, I think they picked up something that was relatively new to them, and on Bouche, they also like had been prioritized like the Marcy for a while. And they didn't actually, like, Marcy was available. They didn't end up going for it. And on all roads, I had seen a lot of, like, Murano openers and tiny openers and same thing. Now, eventually they did, still get the tiny, but it just took a while for someone to pick it up, I suppose, even though I did think it was going to be Ultra Gunner picking it up. So very, very strange, but I like to see the different drafting. And I'm unsure of what your panel said, but I really like having Brood in my off lane and a Faceless Void Phoenix combo. I think it makes your game really easy to play.
I remember that's the way I evaluated it as well. As I think Radiant have the easier team to play, where I think my exact quote was, if both teams play equally well, the Radiant will win. So if you're a Bouche fan, it's like, hey, my team's pretty good at Dota. I mean, they're top 6 in lads, they got some 7K gamers. I'm sure everything's going to be A-okay here, but all roads to victory not going to, lie around and die. They're going to, of course, play some Dota too.
No, and this offlane matchup for Bouche, I feel very excited to watch. Since this is no low skill top lane, Hobbs on the Bounty Hunter. Hobbs probably one of the highest MMR offlaners in the league, and then Ultra Gunner, of course, up there with one of the highest MMR players in the league. So I'm very excited to see how this top lane turns out, because I'm not sure this is 100% favored in the lane for the Bloodseeker, but eventually the Blood has a pretty decent combo, or a pretty decent counter to the Brood, right? The ulti, it's pure damage. No amount of pipe is going to be able to save you from that one. Hopefully your team is able to chase down this, this Brood.
At that point, you hope you're strong enough to just stand your ground and not have to run away and tank that rupture damage. But yeah, if you have to run away, you're probably losing anyways. So it's more of a war thing than anything else.
Oh yeah.
I can't say though I'm excited for this mid lane though. I mean, Breezy R and Sui are probably both top 4 mid laners and lads, both very good players, and they're both fairly volatile players in the laning phase. I mean, Breezy R is known for either getting first blood or feeding first blood, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Feast or famine. We love those mid laners. Yeah, already, I mean, 3 denies for Breezy R right now. And gonna have this wave drag behind the tower. Lost a lot of HP to do it, but you take 3 denies on that wave anyways. Any day.
And we haven't looked too much at bottom lane. That'll be probably the more boring lane of the laning phase. It's Void Phoenix
sure.
versus Bounty Marana. Unless Jinx decides to pop off with some huge arrow plays, we're not getting too interesting. Though already it's Blackcraft in a little bit of danger, but everybody's gonna be a-okay over there for now.
Oh yeah, honestly, it's really rough playing the Phoenix. I think in this lane, you hate laning against a Mirana. You honestly hate playing against the Mirana as well early on. And look at this, so much damage already. Confused, gonna back out, but did go for like this Janata and Shuriken toss. I've seen some people picking up the Shadow Walk level 1 to kind of help out with the laning stage, but Confused is very confident. Honestly, this is supposed to be a passive lane bot side, right, for our Radiant duo.
Of course, of course. I mean, as long as Yester is farming, getting the levels, everything's going to be perfectly fine there. I mean, both the Void and the Bounty really want the level 6 for a major power spike.
Oh yeah. Yeah, at least, Confused. It's nice to kind of see this here on the off lane now, because it does feel good to kind of be running around with your team and making these moves on the map and getting those track kills. Honestly, I find this 5-man is kind of what you want to do with the Bounty Hunter. I'm going to be interested to see if that's something that Radiant handles well. They've got a Chronosphere, they've got an egg. Like, surely it's got to be something decent, but maybe that early timing of the Bounty will actually be just too much to overcome.
The funny part with Bounty is, like, a decade ago, it was played primarily as an offlaner. We've gone full circle at this point. He played basically every role for Bounty. Now he's finally gone back to offlane. He's like, okay, he's back to where he belongs. He's playing 3, farming the offlane. All is good.
Yeah, I think it's kind of getting the Rubik treatment right now, a little bit, not entirely the same, but people have been like, hey, this Rubik hero feels pretty good as a 5. What if I gave him more farm? And I think people are kind of feeling the same thing with the Bounty Hunter, like, hey, whenever I play this hero, it doesn't feel too bad. What if I had items? Wouldn't that be really cool? So I'm glad to see, like you said, it's finally getting the attention it deserves.
A lot of it as well is, like, you just gotta get the ball rolling with the early track. The moment you get track, your hero becomes relevant. And it's the moment you get track, you start getting track kills. And once you start, the Rolling Stone, as long as it's not gathering moss, you're good to go. No tiny puns intended on that one. But
Yeah. I guess it is somewhat weird because this hero doesn't typically build, like your auras that you've been seeing in the offlane. Bounty is someone who wants to get like Aghanim Scepter, Octarine, maybe a Vanguard, BKB, very much items for himself to propel his game. But with the track, you also enable your team's games, which is kind of the idea of the hero. So it's not all that selfish, but you're not getting a pipe out of him. It'll be a cold day in hell whenever your offlane Bounty Hunter wants to provide auras for the team.
The funny part is he can still buy it too. Like, there's nothing stopping him from buying Pipe Greaves.
That's true.
Because you still provide track. That's what matters. You're providing
Yeah,
track.
no. You can definitely do it, right? Like, you are grouping up with your team, right? You're always going to be giving, like, you'd be around to give the aura anyways. It just seems like I've never, I mean, maybe Confused will be the first one that I've seen, but I've always seen a very greedy build on the Bounty.
Big rotation middle lane, by the way. That'll be first blood. Sweet. Yeah, that'll be first blood going to Jinx. Not the ideal target, but a good rotation there from Simon and Jinx. Both supports rotating over. Got a little bit distracted by top lane, but luckily first blood was still a cost.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a really nice rotation. It's 4 minutes through and we finally see the first blood. And stopping this Leshrac will be the first part, kind of making sure that your Bounty Hunter Snowball will be, effective. Because right now that is another hero that with an early Bloodstone could kind of heal up and really mess up that 5-man Snowball that you're looking for.
The funny part is Jim and Andy are mentioning during the draft how this Brood Tiny Lane is going to want to just constantly cut the creeps. Kubrick and even Hobbs have just been cutting the creeps constantly. It's been the non-stop action. You know what? I'm not engaging with Simon. That hero's 100-to-1 damage. I'm good. I'm just going to cut. And there's no counterplay to that. There just isn't.
Yeah, no.
Or bottom lane. Ooh, good arrow from Jinx into the trample from Breezy. Oh, what a gamer.
He's a thick one. He's got 2 bracers, got the wand, got the bottle. I mean, this Primal Beast is definitely a hero to be feared. And I'm sure that Jim knows plenty about its prowess too, since he was playing with Mark on C-Dub when Mark was picking the Primal Beast mid very often. So I'm sure this is a familiar sight for him.
Those are good times, of course. You just get PB, you win Dota 2.
Mm-hmm.
No problems had there at all.
Did you hear about my lane combo with the Primal Beast?
I did not. Tell me what your lane count with the Primal Beast.
It's PB and J, Primal Beast and Jakiro. It makes so much sense. And you get to say PB and J when you pick it.
That sounds awful.
But it sounds cool with the acronym.
Now, PB and G with Grimstroke, that's the combination right there. Speaking of combos, Phoenix and Leshrac. Simon's in a lot of danger right now, isn't he?
Oh yeah, and poor man. I mean, he's been trying to just like deal with these dragging waves, right? He doesn't get to like play the game that he wants to. All of a sudden, a bird and a pony go into the river and kill him. Now, unfortunately, the Leshrac will also go down, trampled to death by Breezy R. And I don't know. I guess trades on trades, but Dire slightly favored with it.
That's been the fun part with this game already. Is there's just action everywhere constantly. It's like, all right, catch the action, catch the action. I think I caught most of the action, but
Someone who's feeling a little bit worse for wear in the action, Hobbs, on this Brood Mother. I would have expected a little bit more CS out of the Brood. It's 16 right now, and honestly, almost have as many denies on the Bloodseeker as we have last hits on the Brood. I didn't realize that the Bloodseeker was this strong of a counter.
the thing is,
Or maybe
it's
it's just his misplaying the lane.
Have a counter. It's just Brood is just so useless before level 6. Your best bet on Brood before level 6 is to draw the lane, and again, against a player like Ultra Gunner, it's getting hard to do that. So eventually, Brood will become a hero with an ultimates, and then things become good.
Yeah, and Simon's still playing around here, right? Not wanting to give the Brood anything, even though Kubrick, I guess, is somewhat liking this, right? Able to drag stuff away, but a nice pull. In fact, they're going to turn back on Kubrick, but a toss away, and poor Tiny, man. Gets the avalanche, but Gunner will pick up on that kill. Only takes 1 blood, right?
Yeah, for at long last, punish the creep cutting action. Speaking of punishing, thought for a second might be a Chrono bottom lane, but Confused has the hood active. That's one hard nut to crack right now.
Yeah, and honestly, the one thing about like, oh, I'm a good support. My Void has early level 6. Yeah, well, you don't have any points near to Sunray. And honestly, like, you can offer something with Fire Spirits, but it's not really that heavy hitting Chronosphere damage. So he does need maybe the Disco Pony to go down bottom and kind of combo up with that Faceless Void Chrono if they want to make something happen.
Well, it's already combination time, though in the middle lane, it appears. Edict from Swede. Breezy R's in danger. Jinx leaps on in. Arrow hits on the electric under the tower. Trample forward. The kill goes to Jinx first.
That's crazy. I mean, that was just so much damage right away. They do end up killing Sui first, so Breezy will be happy with that one, but there's finally got level 4 on the Phoenix, able to collect on that Primal Beast kill as well. Primal is going to hate playing against
dead,
this
actually.
Phoenix.
Wait, never mind, he's not dead.
Is
He
he?
hit his Kronos to run away, but he's in a lot of danger right now. He's being dove over the tower. The bash! No, not enough.
No, and honestly, hey, I said not an aura builder, and there it is, Bounty Hunter with the pipe. Hey, heard what I was saying, thinks it's a good idea, surely changing it up for me, but I like what he's doing, and clearly that Phoenix damage just isn't enough right now with the hood on top of him, so I was able to get the kill on the Faceless Void, and now a painful sight, really. You can see basically top 3 out of the 4 net worths all going to Dire, and yeah, I mean, this is exactly what you want out of a laning stage for Ultra Gunner's team.
I said they had to outplay, and so far they are outplaying, but again, so far it's been a rough start with the side lane cores. I mean, yes, they had to use a Chrono on nothing, and Hobbs is not 6 quite yet, but that will get better very, very soon.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be some sort of transition, right? Like, Hobbs eventually has
Bottom
to
lane
be...
again. We're not done
force
yet,
on the
are
map.
we? We're not done yet. We're still diving. Top lane as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
It's everywhere you look. Both side lanes. Hobbs is dead top lane. Yes, there's dropping bottom lane. Confused is juking it out. Yes, sir, is somehow still alive. That's not for long. One more hit will do the job. But Shurkatos doesn't.
Oh, Confused. Oh, my sweet summer child. Just getting everything he wants. He's going to get the kill on Black Breath as well. This is the bounty hunter dream, all right? You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like every single time you play this bounty hunter. If you can get these early kills, get these early tracks as well, 5,000 net worth as we hit into the 10-minute mark. Confused is so happy.
It's 1, 2, 3. As you mentioned before, it was 3 of the top 4. It's now 3 of the top 3. It's all on top for all roads to victory. And so far, they've found the economic road to victory for game number 1. But can they hold on to it is the question.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice start for them. And clearly we have some team fight potential, right? So I'm assuming we get 1 Chronosphere egg. See where things go from there. If you're not able to collect kills and towers off of that first use of the Wombo, then... maybe you got some worrying to do on Radiant, but I want to see the combo come out first before I make my judgment.
We're to see it again in 20 seconds, perhaps. Miester's already top lane. Might just be diving top lane time for the side of Bouche.
I mean, you got to do something, right? It feels like your team has just been struggling and struggling in almost every one of their lanes. Finally, you bring some heroes up here, but Ultra Gunner, honestly, not too scared just yet, right? He's a single Bloodseeker with 3 heroes peering from the outside, and he's not doing anything. That's some pretty good confidence from Ultra Gunner right now, but I'm surely the TPs will come in if anyone dives on him.
There is Jinx nearby, but yeah, there are still TPs. One available on every other hero in the game that needs to be there. So all is well for now.
Yeah, and well, I don't know. I'm just really surprised that nothing's happening. They have the Faceless Void Chronosphere available. They do have a Midas though, so yes, sir, it's just hop in a farm, get those levels, get the XP, because yeah, 11 minutes, still under 4,000 net worth. Ain't a good time. He's not having fun.
Oh, it's Breezer time. Look at his math. He's already going in.
Yeah, I got the stomp, and well, Jinx with the arrow helping out. They do get a nice avalanche, and Hans will come over to stomp a little bit, but the vision from the Bloodseeker, he's so low, so they're able to chase down Kubrick, and this net worth lead just continues to grow.
Well, we're not done yet the fighting, but Hobbs.
Oh,
Hobbs
no.
is free pathing. All is well. No rupture in time. Arrow will not hit.
Yeah, and gotta be careful. I mean, Bloodseeker, the first time they got that kill on Hobbs topside was because of the rupture. He just wasn't able to outrun it. As you said, eventually we should get to the point where Bloodseeker, maybe if you rupture, Hobbs can just hold their ground, but like, you know, all we have is mana boots and a Wraith Spam. That's not what you need in order to hold your ground as a
Middle lane, Kubrick is incredibly dead. Big time by the Breezer. Chrono's there in return, but it's gonna be a hard kill.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It turns out whenever you bring two other heroes to help you out, you will get that kill. So under the tier 1 tower, very nice rotation, and Blackfrath able to get in. Honestly, very surprised did go for this 1-4-1 build on the Phoenix. Typically, whenever you have a Chrono helper, right, you don't worry as much about the lowering attack speed. You just want to have that extra damage once the Chronosphere is laid down, especially knowing that you have like a Treant Protector, you've got a Primal Beast. But I'm assuming for now they're saying, look, we don't need much. My Faceless Void will be able to get the kills. I'll throw down these Fire Spirits, and my egg will be all the damage we need.
I'm pretty sure Fire Spirits might just be more damage, actually. I haven't done the math on it, but it might just be more damage than Sunray at this stage of the game.
Maybe that might be true, because you do scale the HP with Sunray, right? So it's perfectly fine to take those points later as well.
Spirits are a lot of damage. It's an excessive amount of damage if it's maxed out early.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's one of the spells that got like giga buffed. I do love it for the hero. So I'm not totally upset. And you can see the Phoenix
Bottom lane,
still getting the
poor
levels.
Kubrick. 2-man wombo gank there from Confuse and the Breezer. Just diving that T2 tower. And in return,
It's a
Radiant,
tier 2.
I mean, they finally got the T1 top lane with the Edict from Leshrac, but I don't know. It's a lot of money going to Confuse right now. The question is, does the money matter? Like, sure, you have the money, but it's fake GPM when it's Bounty Hunter Trek.
It's true. You know, he's taking a lot of gold. He'll continue to distribute without his team, or throughout his team. But he is kind of looking to just get that Agnes Scepter and keep propelling the gold. But yeah, I don't know. Under the tier 2, that's gotta be demoralizing. You just get dove by a Primal Beast and a Bounty Hunter. So not only did you die, but you also lost gold, and then the enemy team got track gold along the way. It's just all depressed, really, whenever you get dove that far. But, you know, we got a Chronosphere up in about 45 seconds. Egg is available. My Leshrac is about to become an individual producer, right? He's got a Bloodstone.
Pulverize in the arrow top lane. Invis from the Breezy are too powerful again and again. You get that 1 in 12 rune luck, and you can go anywhere you want.
No, absolutely. And under the tier 1 still. Blackfrat, I mean, he's going to get ruptured up. Don't commit the egg. You're dead. And Blackfrat's tracked up as well at the last second. And this gold is going to spiral out of control.
Stage 5 acceptance from Blackfrath on that one. Acceptance. There's no running from that one. You're ruptured. You're being doled by 4 heroes. Nobody's TPing. I'm not going to save you.
Yeah, no one is coming. Honestly, the Chad move would have been to dive out if you still had the Icarus dive available. Just take out all the ruptured damage while you're at it. I mean, bot lane Kubrick is still getting ran at, but maybe Breezy actually went too far in this one. Never mind. Pulverize on the Leshrac. Gonna get tossed up here. Chronosphere available, but the arrow maybe actually stifles this one out. Yes, sir. Maybe has to back away now. Confused. This big old bounty hunter is ready to fight. Look at this. Runs right into yes, sir. Just doesn't care. Avalanche has the pipe. Finally, they pop the Chronosphere for him. He is taking the pure damage from Sui, but maybe turning around. He's got the armor, and then finally the toss takes him down a 3-kill streak, possibly too far for the bounty hunter for the first time this game.
That's a big death to lose. That's a lot of gold fed there. Look at the fight recap. That's about 900 gold given over from that one kill. It's barely even a big. It's only a 3 streak kill. It's still 900 gold being given over. Where
He's just so far, and he just like that much gold early. Yeah, no, I can believe it. And
look at Simon trying to D-war with no attack speed on. He's just dead for it. Oh no.
honestly, I loved it. I've seen people like theorize the Phoenix as a counter to this whole like tiny and Treant Protector happiness, because neither of them have attack speed. Which, first off, Fire Spirits are fantastic, and second off, means they're not hitting your egg. So I have kind of liked this as like kind of really taking it to those low attack speed pause 4s and 5s.
Meanwhile, I mean, Yester's still not quite happy. Look at, he's just running away from Confused, all the way from this wave area top lane, all the way down.
You're just simply not happy when you play against a bounty hunter. It doesn't matter if you win, you're not happy. And look at this, even with the Primal Beast, Black Wrath with the Sunray, a nice pipe pop to maybe help out here, but oh, egg down. Breezy, do they have anything to lock him down? No, just able to get the charge away. So Breezy on the Primal Beast, able to escape the egg, and that's a big piece of the combo here. We're gonna be looking at 2 minutes now. We're very vulnerable on Radiant.
I'm pretty sure that play just doesn't work if Breezy doesn't have an Arcane Rune there. I'm pretty sure he's just dead if he doesn't have that Arcane Rune.
Yeah, honestly, because he's not able to charge in and out so quickly.
I'm like, wait a minute, it's already available again? It's already available again?
Oh yeah, and now he's jumping right in, still with the Arcane Rune. Kubrick gets one more Avatos up, but with the track, the Tiny will fall. Breezy's getting healed, or getting damaged so much by the Phoenix. We'll be able to charge away though. Simon's the one providing the heal, and Black Wrath, nothing else to get him out of this one. Ultra Gunner will get the kill. And that's a 6,000 net worth lead now that we're looking at. Now, Jinx does get a return kill, but Breezy taking too much damage in from the Let's Track. The Bloodstone, maybe it's enough here. The Spawn Spiderlings will get the kill, and now Sui turns around on the Bloodseeker. Ultra Gunner will fall. All of a sudden, all these high gold targets falling for Ultra Gunner's team. Confused will go in and snipe a little bit of gold, but he's got to be careful. Your team is not around. Oh, no. Oh,
Raindrops.
okay. Oh.
Very cool item, Raindrops.
I could not believe that that actually jumped so far. I did not see that coming.
Now, I was going to say that the Arcane Rune saved Breezy 3 times in that fight, but on the 3rd time, he actually ended up dying. That was almost a really bad fight there. I mean, it's the power of the Leshrac Bloodstone, despite the nerfs, is still a lot of sustain in those team fights, and that was the thing that allowed the turnaround. Kill on Jinx, kill on the Breezer. That's when things get a little bit dangerous, but again, if you're on Bouche, you gotta be happy with that fight. I mean, there's nothing more you can want. That's a huge gold swing right there.
Oh yeah, no, and now you're getting close to having your egg and your Chronosphere. You're just waiting to hit those like times, right? Like, can I survive in between my big combo? Yes. I also got gold in the middle of my awesome combo. Hell yeah. Now I'm able to use it.
Kubrick, but they actually can't kill Confused. He's got a pipe.
Yeah, and that's like a very big part, and one of the reasons that kind of Leshrac has fallen out of favor amongst a lot of the pro teams is because this is just a Greaves pipe meta. So you really don't heal as much of the Bloodstone anyways, because you aren't doing that damage. The pipe is soaking everything up, and it's just so good for these offlane to kind of shut this down early. And of course, Confused. The Bounty Hunter is always like deceptively tanky, right? People have been going for the Vanguard because it was mostly physical damage you were facing. Now with the pipe, you're seeing the exact same thing.
I think the whole pipe Leshrac thing is a bit of a chicken and the egg thing where people wanted to buy pipe once Wraithstack got nerfed to do top lane Chronosphere and Ultra Gunner, but they don't just there yet.
Yeah,
yes,
and
it is.
bash. He needs it a little bit more, and the Rupture. He's not able to time walk forward, so it's ulti for ulti trade. Bloodseeker though takes that every single day. 140 seconds, no chrono. In a minute, we're just gonna have the Rupture right on back.
One more bash there. I think that was actually a kill. That was a close fight over there top lane.
Yeah, I almost had it, and now honestly, just a lot of space made in the mid lane it seems, because Breezy R gonna get gone on. There's no one else around here to help him out, and yeah, Hobbs getting that kill on the Brood Mother, and things are slowly starting to turn back in favor now of Bouche.
This is a big dive. Jinx will get away, I think, barely.
Yeah, just barely able to do it, and Confused trying to hold this tower a bit, maybe just using. Look at all of those jumps with the shuriken, and oh my goodness, you can't jump it this far. 4 people hit, was it?
It's an unfortunate missed toss there from Kubrick, but it seems not to matter. Just the whole walk away. I mean, Ultra's running in at 550 move speed, but turns out Blink Dagger's still fast enough to get away from 550 move speed.
Man, you just gotta have a hero that's able to kill this bounty hunter so early. You legitimately have to have a high damage lineup because look at Confused just being able to run down everybody here on Bouche. It's just like you can't take it to this hero.
Yeah,
I have no
Danger
idea what they
again.
need to do. Oh god, yeah, and this time silence stops, so can't get away. Going for the Manta Style first, which will help out with that silence, but you know that's not your only issue.
Ooh, arrow miss from Jinx. Bit of a low percentage jump there on Hobbs. Didn't end up working out. If they killed the Brood, it would have been huge, but unfortunate low percentage play there from Jinx and Confused.
Yeah, it would feel like it put the game away. I know it wouldn't be like clinically over, but your team is already having such a tough time. You look at your safe laner getting dove bot side, they go down. If all of a sudden you lose your off laner that's also supposed to be pressuring the map, things would just feel a little bit hopeless. But thankfully, you know, Sui's pushing up here top, and well, pressure just being applied mid tower by all roads.
All right, Math, here's the trick this game analytically. So Broodmother, forget Broodmother exists. Void, forget that Void has any ability to knock out Chronosphere. Look at Leshrac. That's your damage. Until your other cores have money, that's your damage. I mean, this Leshrac hero is incredibly farmed right now. I can't see the numbers in terms of damage. I'm sure Leshrac is like half his team's damage this game. This is going to be...
It's got to, yeah.
It's going to be a Leshrac game for sure.
Yeah, and thankfully, like, the Phoenix is even able to help out with that, right? Sunray behind kind of provides the save that you really want out of Sui, since the Bloodstone isn't giving as much as what we thought. So I like how they still have a combo around it, but yeah, how long do you think it's going to be till we see this Faceless Void truly be, you know, involved?
It doesn't matter, because you're not the one who has to end the game, right? It's
That's
Dire
true.
that have to actually do things. They're doing things right now, diving the Phoenix, but more importantly, they actually have to, you know, end the game at some point. They have to hit the buildings, hit the Roshan, and yet they're going to struggle to fight Roshan because you're playing into Supernova, Chronosphere, and so on, and it's hard to high ground as well.
Yeah, it's hard in the mid lane too. Hobbs, oh, they could go down here. Able to dodge the arrow, but still losing all the gold along the way. It's so depressing, man. Even if you are able to escape, how much gold have you lost to shuriken hits with the Aghanim Scepter along the way?
It's like losing intelligence to Silencer. Just don't think about it. The less you think about it, the happier you'll be.
That's true. At least after losing so much gold from the Bounty Hunter, you don't have to, like, pop a mana boots just so you're casting all your spells. You could be somewhat happy. DD from Breezyar, so they're just going to kind of work this tower a little bit. I don't think they can actually take it, right? Fortification up. They do have the Faceless Void Chrono, and they have the Egg, so I feel like at one of these tier 2s, you got to put up a fight, right?
I mean, just wait. I mean, you have no... Oh, we're going right now confused.
Yeah, I mean, they go right in. Now, this is the damage that I wanted to see. Right on the Bounty Hunter, and he cannot escape this one. So they do find themselves a nice kill. Sui running forward as well. Gonna get ruptured up and charged through from Breezy, using the Pulverize. But there's the Egg, and with the Shard still in, with the Chronosphere as well from Yes Sir. They get the kill on Breezyar, and now locked on the Chrono, locked the Egg. Ultra Gunner gotta get away. The BKB was already been kited out, and well, the jump through from Yes Sir just needs to get a few more batches. Ultra Gunner able to man up a bit maybe, but they'll still find themselves with kill. Now jump through from the Faceless Void, maybe a bit too much. Jinx trying to get into the trees here. Do they have the damage? The batch is here. It's a team wipe from all roads, or from a Bouche.
And that was a great recognition there from Sui. Like, if you notice at the beginning of the fight, Sui was set there to make the conservative move of just cut the wave right here between the Dire mid T2 and the Dire mid T3. He was in a great spot to do that, but I'm not sure if it was him or someone on Bouche saw the opportunity to go there. It's like, wait a minute, they're split up, Confused is far forward, he's isolated, let's go, right in, right now, hit him as 4, get this huge kill, and when Confused dead right away, that's your primary frontline hero that you want to be tanking the damage dead, so huge heads up play there from Bouche.
Absolutely. That's the morale kill as well. Killing that one hero that's taken all your gold throughout this game, it just feels good. It doesn't matter the gold implications, the map implication, it just feels good to watch him die.
No, I mean, if you're an All Roads fan, it's not time to panic quite yet, but you are concerned. Because sure, you're up by 2,000 gold, but then you open up the graph, the green line of win probability, it's in the Radiant's favor. It's in my Bouche's favor at this point.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that in this, like, statistically analyzing the Dota 2 game. One team has made it to 25 minutes with the Chrono and an Egg. The other team has Rupture and maybe
Shuriken
Overgrowth.
toss.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's not the same.
One of these things will go through BKB, one of these things will not. So once those timings start to really hit, you have to kind of give the advantage maybe to the Radiant. But that, of course, like, you're right, it doesn't mean it's all over. Bloodseeker does have the Basher, and honestly almost won the 1v1 to the Faceless Void. Almost got the more bashes instead of the Faceless Void. So you can see signs of life on it. A little bit more attack speed, maybe a shard they would look at from the Bloodseeker. And these fights versus the Faceless Void, again, 1-to-1, aren't so bad.
On the bright side, as long as Ultra can stay ahead of Yes Sir, then man fighting will be a bit of an option outside of Chrono. Obviously, if you get Chrono, there's not much you can do. I mean, you're literally Chronosphered, but other than that, there's still the option of just bash the dude, blood rate the dude, rupture void ideally. That's a little bit easier. Wait. Whoa, Breezy R. Okay. Bit of a weird move from Breezy, but he's cutting the waves. He's fine.
Space?
I will call it space. Why not?
You
will
got
call
a few
it
people
space.
down. You got, I mean, Radiant right now is taking control of this entire top half of that 26 minutes. And you said Roshan isn't easy. One team can't take Roche. The other team doesn't want to take Roche because there's a Faceless Void and a Phoenix that you got to worry about. So kind of looking at this like, maybe if I'm able to take this tier 2, maybe if I can get a pick, then I can mosey my team into the pit. Instead, I mean, going to be an important fight here in the Dire jungle. Kind of secures who's allowed to take Roche.
I mean, if Dire could just kill 2 heroes, they've got great Roche. Ooh, Breezy R. Okay, they're just killing fighters. It's got a decent Roche take if they can kill the Radiant, but the Radiants don't seem willing to die quite yet.
No, literally too angry to die. And yes, sir, now with the Manta Sound, no more track, no more stealing his gold. Thank God. Manta Sound, literally an investment, literally retaining more gold for yourself.
I wonder at what point it's mathematically worth it. Just like, alright, we prevented this much gold loss from Janata, and this much gold gain from track.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, I don't know. Manta style. What you're looking at a 5,000? Yeah, about a 5,000 gold item. I think the max that I usually see stolen from a bounty hunter is like 5,000.
no.
So maybe that's on the cusp. Yeah. Oh, there's the rupture. I mean, poor old Brewmother gonna get tossed up, and will the heal from Blackrock? Maybe that's enough. Gonna dive over onto the high ground here, and only throwing the egg out now. But Jinx, I don't have to jump into that one. No one on my team is around it, so they'll just back away. And now it's up to Yes Sir to have all the damage in the Chronosphere now, because honestly, if it's not someone on the edge, even Stewie will hesitate to do damage to someone who's stuck in the midst of a Chronosphere.
Simon, I mean, they know he's there. They put sentry wards down, but it's still a tree. He's still too fast.
Yeah, and too thick. And look at the jump through from Breezy. Smelling blood in the water. They're going to get the overgrowth on the Tiny as well. I don't think they noticed yet, but they also caught off the Leshrac. They'll lose the Tiny, but Breezy may be in a bit of danger. Already used the BKB. Trying to get the Pulverize out on Hobbs, but they'll just turn around, get themselves a kill on 2, and the Bounty Hunter going down. Now that one is very important, and Jinx trying to dive away. No more leaps. It looks like they won't encroach this one on Radiant. They're going to take their asses into the Roche Pit, and hey, with the Fire Spirits, maybe it won't be so bad.
Yeah, it turns out Tiny, quite tanky, strength hero, and during the time it took to kill him, you lost both your bounty and your PB. I think they were both like less than a quarter HP by the time the Tiny was dead. And at that point, your fight's lost. I mean, Ultra's at least pushing in the bottom lane to an extent, but Roshan's dead. Leshrac probably has 2 lives. Yeah, Leshrac has 2 lives. Good decision here with the Leshrac there. At this point, you can run it down the lane, have Leshrac be your primary building hitter, and as long as you don't die twice, it'll be fine.
Absolutely, yeah. And he's honestly, again, one of the perfect heroes to have that Aegis on. Do you think it's a little bit too early for them to say, hey, let's just go start pushing these lanes, get into split push mentality, try to wear out this Aegis, or do you want to, see them fight into this maybe, since there is no egg for a little... Oh, no, egg's going to be back in 20 seconds. Okay, I mean, never mind. I think I've answered my own question.
You have to go and fight, or you can't fight.
Yeah, right. It's just so hard to fight into this lineup. Aegis aside, it's already really hard to fight on your tower, so I feel like you can only play the split push game, right?
I mean, you can, but again, Bouche are fine playing the split push game. They're fine farming up their Brood, who's still underfarmed, and farming up their Void, who's suddenly no longer underfarmed, and farming up their Leshrac, who remains overfarmed. So there's plenty of time to wait. And again, it's Tiny and Phoenix, 2 of the better scout supports in Dota, so you can play the slow game. Like you're not the team with the bounty and the PB who has to do something. You're just you can show. It's the burden execution thing. That's the problem right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm not quite sure what all Rhoades can do, but they have to find some angle to begin winning these fights.
Yeah, for sure. And it feels like honestly a lot of it is going to like how many eggs can I put in the Ultra Gunner basket, right? Like is my bounty able to build these aura items and maybe kind of snipe out supports enough that my Bloodseeker can succeed? Is my Primal Beast able to split fights on the backline so that my Bloodseeker can succeed? Can my Blink Overgrowth maybe from Tree Protector do the job? Like I feel like I'm looking at so much that is like I need my Bloodseeker to right click every one of these heroes and hope.
This is definitely not the ideal game state. I mean, yes, Sir has Chrono again, Supernova's up. Ultra luckily has his BKB top lane, but he's starting to feel a little bit careful of being raw Chrono here.
Yeah, no, and it looks like I'm unsure of what item he's going for. I feel like I see him going for an. Okay, that is a Scotty, yeah. So I kind of like that, right? Instead of trying to finish out on attack speed item, just get yourself to be a little bit more beefy, negate a lot of that heal that you're seeing on the lifesteal or on the Leshrac, on the Phoenix. I kind of like what I'm seeing there. It does, as you said, catch 22. Sunray is percentage-based HP, so as the Scotty raises your HP, you also take more damage to said Phoenix, which is fine, right? Overall, the Scotty's needed.
We could somehow get all Rhoades to do slightly more damage, then I think they're fine. I mean, Ultra is buying the right items to deal with the Leshrac. He's going to be able to get the Leshrac somewhat isolated and hit him. The concern is if you're collapsing on Leshrac, then you might get Supernova Chronosphered, but you can't cover every base. You have to do whatever you can with what you have.
Yeah, no. It's going to be eventually like they're going to need to make a play that's somewhat of a reach. Now, here's a good reach. Kubrick finding the Bounty Hunter, and with no BKB confused, will simply just fall. Sui getting the kill, and no amount of pipe can handle that much damage. Sui is just pumping the magic.
They're now done being patient. Like, you know what? We know we're strong. We still have 2 lives on Leshrac.
Ooh, now they
right
got
here.
the arrow. They did connect on the Leshrac, but look at the heal. The BKB and the Bloodstone pop, and you can see him just go almost to entirely full HP. Now, Breezy are able to get the Pulverize on Hobbs, but they'll just turn around again. You can't fight into the egg. The Chronosphere is still available, but, I mean, yes, sir, they're going to have to use another Fort Expanded on this Tier 3, and you don't feel all that much weaker right now on Bouche.
Leaf has a 4-man overgrowth, but it just didn't matter.
Yeah, right. It's one of the saddest things when you're behind like this. And, well, Avalanche in, tossing back Breezy R. Silence up as well. Maybe they can kill him, but the jump through. It's a Chronosphere on 2. And the Silence, they're trying to stop it, but actually walked into the Chronosphere on Ultra Gunner with the BKB. So that BKB is going to get kited on out. Another Pulverize on the Leshrac here, but Sui still does damage. You just cannot stop this Pulse Nova. Confused comes back into the game, will leave just as quickly. And again, even though there is a pipe on Breezy R, he's getting chased back into the base. This has Bouche written all over it for this game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's going to require a major misplay in terms of the dive here. Breezy R goes way forward. Ultra's
no.
dropping already. His BKB's on cooldown. He's dead.
And maybe a little bit of a bait there, or Breezy R is ready to make the move, and Bloodseeker is, I can help you out, and Breezy R just does the old dive to the right, doesn't actually commit to it. Bloodseeker doesn't have such luxury. So, oh no, well,
Oh, he's dead
I guess
anyways.
Breezy R, yeah,
He
Breezy
gets
R
dipped.
also doesn't have such
He gets dipped
luxury.
twice.
Man.
I mean, this is a dominant game 1 performance from Bouche. I mean, they executed their draft very well on it. They just waited out the storm. They waited for the problems to go away. It's like, all right, we can be patient, let this bounty hunter draft get a little bit weaker, and they did. And eventually, you win that one fight, you get that major gold swing going on, and from there, it's a much, much easier game. And that was the problem. It required all Rhoades to outplay for the entire game. They only outplayed for like 13 minutes.
Yeah, I think this is a really nice understanding of what you're playing against from Bouche, right? Like they're looking at this lineup and they're saying, we need to out team fight you. That's why they don't pick this Faceless Void. They don't pick this Phoenix. They haven't done this all season. And now you can see it as like Confused is trying to do anything he can for his team, and everybody's dying in their base because you cannot deal with this team fight. Your team doesn't team fight. Instead, Bouche, they're the ones that can do it, and they're just gonna take game number 1. A very stompy game it felt like for Bouche. They take this one with ease.
Mono Hell is over there like a minute ago. There's a team fight going on. We got 2 player classes, and neither of us are even bothering to save the act. Like, you know, this game's already over.
Oh yeah.
The Supernova, Overgrowth. Like, yeah, there's nothing I can do. It's already over.
You just watch it happen, you're like, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna help you.
The second
game is
foreman
already so
Overgrowth
far
from
gone.
Simon doesn't change anything.
Oh yeah, no. I will again, like I think this is just an understanding of what you want to play against from the Bouche team. I think they have this All Roads team on lock. So I really am excited to see what they do in game number 2. See maybe if there is a change up, I guess, from the All Roads team. Again, they also kind of changed up how they were drafting for this game number 1. So I wonder if they're going to go back to their own comforts, kind of open up like they used to. You know, a lot of these, Maranas, Tinies, Tusk, Marcy, stuff that they're already used to. See if they go back to that instead of doing a more. I mean, I don't mind the meta opener, but just a little bit more comfort. Meta with that little bit of comfort.
All right, at this point, I'm going to go check on our lobby settings. Let's see who won game 1's coin flip. Oh God, it was All Roads. So my Bouche have choice of pick your side for game 2.
I mean, how much do you think they care about what they get? I mean, they looked at this with what, a 24 pick blood, right? Was it?
I believe it was 23 pick blood, but yeah.
It was 23 blood, and then it was 24 faceless. Or
that sounds completely correct. I'm looking that up. Yeah, it's 23 blood, 24 faceless.
Okay, so maybe this is the biggest cope that you can have, but All Roads has got to clean to something. We'll have second pick, we'll react. Everyone has some meta stuff that they want to play, so maybe 5 pick isn't as important to them anymore. But yeah, maybe with some nice counter picks, they can bring themselves back in this one. Just get a little comfy, guys. That's all I got for you.
All right, I'm gonna go cut to a quick 2-minute break. Gonna go grab a little bit of water. Hopefully we'll be back with a panel or something like that for game number 2. My name's Badger, joined by Math. We'll see you again for game number 2. We are back already for game number 2. I am rejoined by my draft panel, Andy and Jim. Very fast game 1, so you two are already back. How you two doing again?
Good.
I was kind of glazing over the question. I was kind of expecting, because they were sort of winning lanes at the start. All Roads to victory. I was kind of expecting a little bit longer of a game, like they would snowball and then they'd have to do a long base defense on Radiant, or I want to say Radiant. I mean Bouche, but it didn't really happen like that.
Things don't always go as you envision.
True. That is true. I don't really like. Actually, I don't want the first thing. I know whatever. I already started my sentence.
No. You started.
I feel like a lot of Primal Beasts, maybe it's in lads in general, they go travels, and I don't really like. I imagine the hero does not have the best agi game, and you don't buy armor like early on unless you. So I don't know who. I don't. People build travels a lot, but I feel like it's gotta not be the best.
I don't know if maybe the meta's changed, Badger. You can tell me. You probably watch more Pro Dota than me, I'm sure. But that was never really a build that caught on in pro games. Is that like
I don't
that build
think
just
that's,
sounds
like-
really bad? Like,
I
because
don't
you get
know
a
if
lot of
that's-
value out of like having stats early, and that's 2K. I don't know, but maybe people are doing it in pro games now. Do you have any insider info on this, Badger?
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know. I mean, that's not the hero I follow item builds on, to be fair.
I don't think that he like solo lost the game or anything. I just like when for example, I think other than Faces Void, they didn't really deal with like he could have gone like Blink BKB and they wouldn't really have a way of dealing with him for like a really long time. He could start on the Faces Void and they're not like I don't know. But I don't think it was like a solo loss or anything like that. That was just something I noticed. I feel like I see it a lot. Maybe even I see it a lot in lads where people do this item build. And I don't know. I don't love it. Not in love with it. What do you think they'll change up in the pick ban? Like anything you'd obviously ban from last game?
I mean, this Phoenix hero, I know Hobbs values Phoenix very highly. At a certain point, it's like, alright, if Enemy Captain dies a hero highly, and you don't care about the hero, just ban it. Just don't even bother.
Team ban.
I feel like they picked into they picked Primal after seeing Phoenix, and they already didn't have a way of like a real stun or hit or egg header.
I think it might be
In
the exact
the
same bans as game
portrait.
1, actually. It
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Pango game 1. It was something else.
was Puck, you're right. Wait, that means Puck isn't banned. Are we going to see another Breezy R Puck performance?
10 seconds remaining.
And we didn't see one this series, obviously, but the last series Breezy R played, it was a lot of Puck performances.
What do you guys think that like Dyer should ban? Like that from the things that were played like last game.
Even like after for the next phase.
Yeah. Like on their next set of bans.
I mean, I guess protect Puck if they're gonna pick Puck on 8, which I guess would be. I think the Sui person, or I think Bouche's team they play Void Spirit. I'm pretty sure. Maybe they'll pick Puck on 8, ban Void on the next 3.
I know a lot of Swee's hero pool happens to play fairly well the puck if they're going to give up the puck, but
Yeah,
it's
well,
still
I don't.
dangerous.
5 seconds.
I think he
remaining.
plays Void Spirit. I'm pretty sure. I think I played against him in like Collegiate or something. I played Void Spirit. Maybe my memory's failing me.
Yeah, he has 112 games lifetime on Void Spirit.
Radiant
If we're looking over specifically at quote-unquote esports games, he has
Ooh.
5.
Okay, they have Train Protector. This might be another tiny Dragon Lane situation.
I'll say I'm kind of
of
surprised they didn't ban the Tran. Wait, no, they had the. Sorry, am I crazy?
Yeah.
Sorry.
They swapped. Like the team that had Tiny now is Tree.
No, I see this now. I see this now.
Yeah.
My brain. Sorry.
The symmetry is
Slow
just-
brain. Slow brain.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, this might be another game where
Oh,
the
I
Tiny
like
just
I like
5 seconds.
what's it
remaining.
called?
Tree Lesh.
Yeah.
I like Tree Lesh a lot.
Tree Lash, it covers so much of Leshrack's problems.
Team
Like
ban.
Treant is really good at defending the tower that Leshrack does not want to be. Like Leshrack doesn't want to be like stuck like holding like a safe lane tower or some shit. Oh, excuse my language, Badger. I am sorry.
It's
That
the
was not
first time
appropriate
all
of me.
season that Puck's been available that all roads didn't pick it. I think it might be. This is wild.
I
could
think
be
this
right.
is really strong. I like, by the way, I like the Mabush opener, like Jim was saying.
Fire team
Tree
ban.
defends towers. He also gives Lesh armor, so like Lesh can buy armor later in the game, and he can just deal with like the magical part of the damage he's taking, since he's kind of like a sustain hero. So I like Tree Lesh. Like you defend towers, you push towers, you can buff up your like super carry, quote unquote, in the early to mid game. I'm a little weird. I think the Void Spirit's a little weird. Because when I imagine people picking Void Spirit, it's still like dive like supports. But Tree is like, you don't really dive Tree. I mean, because he could buy a shard, he could buy Blink. Tree has a way of like stopping you from moving, albeit it might be hard to land because you can just ult assimilate on Void. But I'm a little surprised.
10
I
seconds.
feel like it would actually it kind of makes sense. Or I don't know how Puck Lesh goes at all, and I imagine Lesh wins the lane. But like Tree and Lesh don't have any like instant hard disable for Puck. So I wouldn't.
I'm very surprised they didn't pick Puck here, and I think the lane is pretty even. I don't really think it's like. I
How's
think maybe
Lush Void?
Leshrac wins very slightly. If I had to guess, this is also a pretty even lane.
Okay.
Probably a lot more skill based. Anytime you have Leshrac against a melee hero, like the Qs will be a massive factor in whether or not the Leshrac gets any lead at all, or the lane is totally neutral.
Makes sense.
Radiant
I
I'm
think
extremely surprised they didn't pick Puck though. Like they're already showing that they're gonna have like 2 heroes with no disable for it, or no good disable.
the like Dyer has like a kind of like a like other heroes do like different things sort of synergistically, and then or no, that's Radiant, sorry. And then Dyer is like they have like 2 heroes that are like magic damage burst, like kind of blink heroes almost. Not that that's bad, just that they like kind of have. That's just kind of what's going on right
Shadow
now.
Fiend.
5 seconds. remaining.
Let's try thoughts on Shadow Fiend next. I feel like the opinions on
If
Shadow
it
Fiend are
went
very
mid,
mixed right now.
If it went mid, maybe he's gonna play mid and dumpster the guy.
I already really dislike it personally. Like before he has BKB, they already have 2 heroes that are amazing at ganking Shadow Fiend and stopping him from clicking his ultimate spell.
I don't. I feel like on Shadow Fiend, it's like when you're one of the carries. It's fine if you rush BKB because you like, or it's fine if BKB is one of your like really early items. I feel like Shadow Fiend's one of the carries that's better at having an early BKB.
It's just that those are 2 heroes which are so good at killing him like before he would get to BKB.
Yeah, I mean on Tiny you can't. Once he has BKB, you can't open with Avalanche. It has to be tossed though. At least that's one interaction going for you.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just another like you're gonna have to force out BKB for like just a support. Like they can still just combo you 100-0 with Blink Dagger from Fog. Yeah, I'm just not really the biggest fan. I don't really get why you pick it.
Would you prefer they put it mid to crush lane, or do you think you think like you don't really care about that?
Yeah, I guess that'd be better. But Void Spirit is probably like, I mean, it would be pretty rough for Void, but still. Visage.
Interesting.
I have no clue how a Visage versus Shadow Fiend or Leshrac would go, so I'm gonna ignore that because I have no clue what would happen.
Well,
Yeah, I know
Visage
it's a
in the
hero
game,
that
I'm pretty sure
confused
is
me a
bad
lot,
against
but-
Leshrac. Like the rest of them
You
are
can just passively kill his thingies or what?
yeah. Pretty much.
What do
It's
you think
also
about
not really
Lich?
great against Treant Protector, by the way. Like it's not. I mean, at least they picked up Tower Push.
I think it's
but-
kind of good in the lane against Tree, sort of. Like if
I
you
mean-
skill the it's easy to kill Tree because if you ever slow him, I don't know.
Like
I
the thing
always
is
found
that it
laning
goes
is
both
essentially-
ways. Like it's really easy to kill
Yeah,
Visage's Tree because
but
you're
they-
super like
Yeah.
after you cast that one
Actually,
spell, you're
Tree-
just food.
Tree Shadow Fiend actually would be okay. You could walk. I mean, it's only slows, but it's like pretty heavy slows. You could walk the guy down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. It goes.
I
The lane
do.
probably goes both ways.
Yeah, I do like the Lich pick.
Team
The armor is really nice against that stuff.
Rubik. What does he have to steal? Lich spells are always good to steal. Visage spells, I don't know how good they are to steal. Void Spirit has okay spells to steal. Tiny has like 1 or 2 good spells to steal. I think Lich is the most consistent. He'll have the most consistent time stealing Lich's spells.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Yes.
I'm feeling pretty like meh about this your big pick. I don't think it's like horrible or anything. I just don't. I think there's probably a better pick somewhere.
For both teams to round out their draft, what would you want from them?
Okay.
Like, what do you think they need? I guess is a better way. Different way
Oh,
of
that
putting
looks
it.
like. Let me think of what Radiant will want. They'd kind of be low on stuns, but I think Underlord would be amazing for Radiant.
Really good against Void. I don't know how
It completely kills Visage's push. It's gonna be it can just be another death ball hero. They can just farm for a while, use like Underlord ultimate to go around the map protecting stuff, and then end the game. It would give them so much defense. It's really good control for Visage and for Void Spirit, and I think it would just like they wouldn't lose the tower with Treant Protector plus Underlord. They'd have to mess up so bad to lose any tower, honestly.
Eventually, they have. I mean, both their cores can hit towers in different ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rubik's just one of those heroes, man. It's just so good right now, I think.
I think Rubik's awesome and very fun. But if I was playing Rubik, I think stealing Void Spirit spells are usually not that good. Unless it's like early in the game where like
you can steal the R spell. That's the good part about it.
well, yeah, but like Visage spells are like okay. Stealing the movement speed slow is usually not very like. I'm just looking at their spells like, and then to steal tiny spells, you have to either catch him like mid combo someone else, or you have to, or he's just lacking because he can always just throw the tree. He can just, yeah. Oh, we can still Sven. Okay, I feel like Sven just gave him Sven stun is a easy one to steal too.
I mean, Sven stun, anything from Lich, anything from Tiny are fine spells to get.
I mean, the Sven armor is honestly pretty good too. So
I kind of don't love because it's hard to get the dispel on Sven for a turn protector ult. You have to get like it's like you have to get a satanic or something.
yeah, It looks good into the other 3 heroes, but Treant Protector is pretty annoying for Sven. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
mm,
And
uh,
Andy gives armor too.
I still think Underlord would be good here for Radiant, but maybe there's something better.
Um,
You may now
Death
select
Prophet.
your
I don't love Death
Ah.
Prophet.
I
They
don't like
seem
this
very,
at all.
they seem very fragile. They don't have like a hero who's gonna be able to sit in front, and the other team has a lot of burst for like as the game progresses. Like they're gonna be like very like, oh, I need to play my wards and stuff and play our vision. I don't know. I would be really scared if I was Radiant.
I like
Assuming the game
Warcry
is
this
like
game. This is a great
assuming the
Warcry
game is
game.
even.
I,
Yeah, I guess
I don't
Prophet
even
does
think
a lot.
Dire are gonna win. I think Warcry's gonna win.
Warcry's gonna win.
I think it's going to be really important that Leshrac has a good game and gets tanky, because like Leshrac's their actual like frontline hero.
No.
With Treant, like it does help him a lot. Yeah, though it's. I mean, Treant makes all this stuff a lot more acceptable, but I really feel like they probably want one hero who can just walk up and start things off, because there is a lot of like instant damage on Dire. You know, Sven, Void Spirit, Tiny.
The Radiant heroes are very, very vulnerable. Like the SF, like doesn't have the humongous health pool. Supports are kind of squishy.
Honestly, until all of them at BKB, like it's gonna be really easy for Dire to bring like 1 core plus 1 support and kill any hero.
I
Like
really
they have
hope
so many options.
they get face boots on Leshrac, or not Leshrac. Sorry, Death Prophet. I hope they buy armor on their team.
All right. Any final calls on from you guys here?
What do you think? Who do you favor, Andy?
I would rather play Dire's team,
for battle.
but I don't know if that means they're favored. I think the Lesh would have to get really tanky for them to not be afraid. Otherwise, like they could be having an okay game, but like they have no one to like tank the enemy team's burst.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank you two again for coming on for some draft panel action. Maybe we'll see you again. Depends if there is a game 3 or not. This has been Andy and Jim, and I'm going to once again rejoin my man Mathmagician. Welcome back once again. We're already 4-man smoking, aren't we?
Oh yeah, they want revenge. Rhoades had a hell of a time last time. I did look up. We'll see if there's anything that actually happens here before I say it. Yep, that is a Leshrac. Yep, you do have stuns and damage, and yep, that is going to be first blood. Who picks up? Do that Ultra gonna get it? Yes, they will. I did look it up. So of all games that Brazier was actually in the series, that is one of 2 times that they have not picked Puck when it was available. The other time they gave Breezy our Earth Spirit mid, and he died 17 times.
That's okay. This is why this is the second time instead of the.
It's still effectively the first time, I would say. But yeah, no, I mean, this time they give him the Void Spirit, which clearly he has to feel comfortable on. They picked it on 8 pick. I do really like this draft still from the Ultra Gunner team. Now, I have a little bit of qualms as it goes later, but I really do like as you scale with the physical damage on the Sven. And though I'm usually not one to kind of put my eggs in the backs of someone who needs to burst down targets, right? Like Sven, it's really, Jepepe said it today. It's really easy to itemize against burst rather than like this long, drawn out physical damage. So I don't love Sven, but because it is Ultra Gunner Sven, I think that I would give the edge to all roads in this game.
BTS Brazil's very own Bouche Pepe getting name dropped by Mathmagician. Wow.
Oh yeah, gotta throw out the names, you know.
Love me some
All
Bouche
clout.
Pepe.
He was very fun to cast with. Apparently, it was his first time casting in English with someone. So he had some stuff, and he definitely like threw in some Portuguese words while he was there, but they were like so fluently mixed in with the English that it like made perfect sense as he was saying it. It was a really, really interesting cast, honestly, but very fun.
Him and I, we banter a little bit in the lobbies for Pro Series. I think I've worked on like
Good.
6 different Pro Series with him, but
Nice.
his banter will never be in the level of the Spanish casters. Spanish casters have the GOAT banter. You'll see one day what
That's
I mean
true.
by that.
Hopefully. I'm liking start off as well. This bot side, dude, SF is getting some big CS. Visage, Poral 1 CS compared to the 7 of the Shadow Fiend. My god.
And it's okay. It's under tower. Confused will get some CS finally. And plus, what can you do? Tree has 96 damage. It's 96 damage. How are you supposed to counter that?
He's not even have the Quelling Blade yet, man.
He avalanches in
Sorry,
order to get the last hit at least, but no, it's still denied. He's 96 damage.
Oh my lord. Dude, stop. Okay, finally he gets. Okay, he didn't get that one. That's. Yeah, we got 3 CS. Looks like a toss through. Tree Protector. It's not one of the easiest heroes to toss back, but now these soul assumptions are starting to do some big work, I believe.
Alright, good news. Tree no longer has 96 damage because Tree now has 97 damage.
Oh no. At least I love the build too. It's big stick and the mango. Pretty much the only thing that this tiny and visage are gonna do to you. Gonna cast spells when they're trying to take you down. So I like what they did. Also a few nets cast over here from the neutral camp. So also building up stacks. But they toss through, yes sir. He's got 1, 2, 3 raises if he wants to try to pop it. He thinks that he can still survive here. So heal up from Blackfrath, and Confused will have to run back here. Tell you what, this Tree Protector is one hell of a strong laner.
This is why everyone spams mangoes. If Confused had mana there, that's a very, very free kill on yes sir, but alas, no mango, only branches, no kill. There's an avalanche on and toss as well on the tree. Still, no soul assumption mana for Confused. Needs that stick. Pops it now. That's your kill.
Oh my lord.
There it is.
Yep, there it is. Good job. I believe yes sir may get revenge on it. Jinx a little bit more. They will find one. And yes sir, I mean almost going for it all here. Has a medium range raise, but will not commit for it. And yeah, we'll back out here for Confused. But no, it's a good point about the mangoes. Honestly, it felt like that was ironically Shadow Fiend was the one who would do it all the time. Ferry out of those mangoes, get all these creeps, get the XP. Now everybody's just playing Shadow Fiend in different lanes, and they want the mangoes so they can sustain their spells and get the advantage.
I'm at the point now in my life, I play 5 support, I just buy mangoes. You really can't go wrong buying mangoes. Either you use the mangoes or use them on your teammate. You really can't go wrong.
It just never feels bad because if you end up having like 2 or 3 mangoes still after the lane stage, you just walk by your mid laner and give him 2 mangoes.
He's under this T1. He's been tossed forward.
I believe this is what you said, the acceptance stage. I believe we're into acceptance as well with yes sir. He's just trying to get far enough for that long range raise. Never gets it.
Wait, this thing's so alive.
A second. No. Okay, they do get the kill first on yes sir. I'm not sure where that 3rd raise went. There's a tree somewhere in the forest here on the right side that is decimated by that raise. But still, I mean, Blackfroth able to get that return kill, so it doesn't feel all that bad, I suppose. But you know, SF would have wanted to be the beneficiary of one of those kills.
And this is mystery hero, man. Just does so much damage. That's all I have to say all game is it's just he has 98 damage. That's all
so much damage, so much sustain.
Until the lane phase ends. I don't have any analysis.
He's got like the 1-1-1, so like even with the sampler, it feels this powerful. I honestly, I'm a big fan of like this 1-2-2. Since you're able to heal up your other towers that have taken some damage, still able to be a force in lane. And I've also seen people who transition to the like 4-2-4 because they want to keep healing, but now they want to take these side waves. So it honestly feels like a very satisfying, not straightforward skill build that like kind of it gives you something every step of the way. Your build up always feels like you're doing something useful. But unless you die, Blackfrath turning around with a few heals again, living armor on and Confused, running away from this big bad tree. Each one of his friends on the way home with a tango, and Blackfrath another nuke. Maybe the damage is here. Yes, sir, trying to just defend Blackfrath, but Jinx doesn't have the mana for any other spells. It looks like does. Okay, could have the avalanche, does have it, but oh, coming through with Breezy R. They'll find themselves a kill, and now yes sir, maybe in a bit of danger, trying to toss back, but Jinx didn't actually get the toss, sitting right on top of the cart. They actually do still find yes sir, and now with the soul assumption, Breezy R trying to get this kill on SF. They're gonna sit right in front of him, and Jinx picks it up on the tiny. It's 2 down here in the bot wave.
Good rotation again from Breezy R. We saw it game number 1. Big rotations on that Primal Beast. You see it again, big rotations on the Void Spirits. Unfortunately for him, it did mean he did not get the kills though, and he needed the kill gold. Because if you look at the actual laning phase, Leshrac is 28 and 12, Void Spirit is 18 and 3. I'm not going to say he's getting dumpstered, but he's definitely getting beaten pretty heavily in this lane.
Yeah, and that was the comeback, right? If you got those kills, it made it feel like, you know, it all mattered. I took a beating so that my side lanes could live. And I guess thankfully now, you know, you're giving it to your offlaner, so maybe your Visage will still be able to carry the game around for you. But look at Sui under the tower. They've got to bring Simon in. They're going to use one dash already. Sui maybe in a bit of danger now here. Remnant will connect. Got to be careful though. Remnant, or the Resonant Pulse won't protect you from all that magic damage. So Breezy R just barely able to live and doesn't get the rune refill. That's unfortunate.
Meanwhile, bottom lane is confused on the run, but not quite enough lockdown from that tree. The one flaw of the hero, not great lockdown to level 6, and even then, it's not great lockdown.
No, yeah, it almost feels like if it was just slightly weaker of a laner, you'd want to pair it up with a stun so you could really make it strong. But Tree doesn't need it. You know, Tree's pretty happy just like healing, out trading you all the time, and you don't care if you get the kills because they're low HP and they don't have someone who's healing them up the whole way. Now they even get the kill on Jinx. Confused has to back away. It feels like we're perpetually on like 50% HP, sub 50% mana on Visage. As you said, maybe we need more mangoes because Black Rather is trading so efficiently right now on the tree with all this heal.
I believe Jinx chose that fight as well by running in there, but it just didn't work. I mean, SF has a billion damage. Tree is also a tree. I've mentioned his damage. Hard fight to take there, and the rock has been smashed today.
Very, very big, yeah. And Tree does go for the 1-2-2 build. So even like you can skate around the towers here, all of them pretty healthy. Not like there's even been much of a chance to encroach on them, honestly, from Dire. None of them have been able to put on the tower pressure. Eventually, right, Confused will be able to, but honestly, really surprised that they picked the Visage into the Train Protector, because if they were at all thinking about the tower damage that it offers, armor is really good versus birds and multiple sources of physical damage.
Poor Simon, he's so incredibly dead. You saw Sweet rotate to that top rune, Kuber scouted out, and Simon wanted to do something about it, but by trying to do something, he is fed a grand total of 186 gold to Leshrac.
Yeah, what can you do? They already lost the tower as well, so Sui having a really nice time here. It is nice to look top and see that my Sven, you know, on Ultra Gunner is still farming up pretty well. Not that the Death Prophet is feeling too bad, but still just a little bit of an edge there to our Ultra Gunner. Going in from the Mask of Madness into Echo Saber, probably going to disassemble the BKB as well, so there is an opportunity for maybe to show up. Oh, bot side, Jinx. Even with the Frost Armor, trying to do something against the SF, but that triple raise, it hits different there at level 3, so big damage there from Yasur and Confused. Again, I feel like we're going to be waiting to see a Visage tower pressure here bot side.
Huge split Earth Minvis from Sweet. They kill Breezy, I think. He'll step away, he'll attempt to escape to the Assimilate.
No!
Okay, it's enough.
Oh, man. The double step into the Dissimulate dodge on that last right click as well. Very well done by Breezy.
Thought for a second the damage was there. And again, that was a bottom lane. We're not done yet. Jinx has respawned into the fight. Avalanche tossing on Yes Sir. Yes Sir remains alive, looking to turn. Simon rotates in. SF at long last has died. Gaze on Black Rat. He's getting run on down right now. Will attempt to run away, but he's too slow. There's no escaping. Vengeance has arrived. His name is Confused.
Honestly, it's just that easy, right? They just run on down. The birds were a bait, all right? You kill one of my birds, I kill two of your heroes in the bot lane. They needed that desperately, right? Like, the Visage has felt a little bit bullied, probably, by this Train Protector, so really nice for them to finally get that kill. Unfortunately, the net worth still abysmal for Confused. Barely above that 3K mark. Same as me, and it just feels really bad in the offlane right now.
And that is the concern, is last game Confused was popping off and Hobbs is sad. Now it's the opposite. Hobbs number 2 in the net worth, Confused number 6 in the net worth.
They just traded off. Hobbs made a draft specifically so that they were able to get net worth and no one else was. So
want
sad.
money, I'm tired of being poor.
And well, the bot lane, they're gonna feel it again. Jump through from Breezy R. A nice root maybe from the Tree Protector, but how so? Breezy R already takes a lot of damage. He's able to jump out and collect the kill on Black Wrath on the way. But here comes Sui. Look at the damage here from the Leshrac. Trying to chase down Jinx. Stun, maybe not in time. Jinx getting stunned up and slowed down by the Lightning Storm. And well, even though Breezy R and Simon will escape, Confused maybe even in a bit of danger, but it looks like they'll just trade 1 for 1.
You know, this Leshrac hero, they keep trying to nerf Leshrac. It doesn't matter, apparently. Maybe Sweets is that good at Leshrac, but Sirta seems not to care about being nerfed.
No, it's very strange. Like, you would think after basically negligible Bloodstone nerf that this hero would still be like on the up and up, but again, as this pipe meta has came around, Ledgeback feels the same, but now all of a sudden it just doesn't do as much damage to everybody now that they're really prioritizing this pipe build.
The only problem is there's no pipe quite yet. There is a chain
No,
frost, but
that's
it's
true.
not bouncing right now. It is bouncing nowhere.
Early on, magic damage still hurts, even with that inherent 25%. And yeah, Hobbs, they popped the Exo, trying to take down this tower. They have two different sources of just like, I sit here, I do damage to your tower, and somehow this bot tower is still alive at the 11-minute mark, but of course Hobbs is trying to save that. Avalanche stolen by Kubrick, maybe, and Jinx in the trees. One more hit, maybe. They'll find it. Black Flash collecting on the kill. And, well, I think that's everything you want here. Your Rubik now has Avalanche. Your Death Prophet's about to get this tower, and everybody can rest easy.
I'm concerned. I mean, again, it's going to be one of those games where it's going to be a big man with a big sword. That's your win condition right there. Void Spirit, I mean, Breezier will do whatever he can. There's not too much you can do in that hero when you're playing from this game state. And then Visage is just no money. So it's going to be big man with a big sword out farming the opponents if there's going to be a win for Autos of victory. And I'm open for a game 3, so we're going to need some big farm from Ultra. The problem is his strat camp's being invaded right now. His stacks are being taken.
Please! I mean, they're gonna get a tree protector, maybe. I don't think they get anyone else here. They do get a nice root here onto 3, but Confuse already taking so much damage. Ultra Gunner comes in to defend his stacks, but a stolen stun, it looked like. Ultra Gunner has to back out after using it. Breezier may get the kill on Black Wrath. No, has to jump backwards because here comes Kubrick.
So Tree didn't die, Visage did die, and Void Spirit probably should have died. That's not good. That's not good at all. This is not a good sign.
No, and lost the entire hard camp. Thankfully, there's still some ancients that Ultra Gunner can take, but where we expected him to really like pop off into this probably like 7,000 net worth mark, have that Echo Saber completed and started on the BKB already. We're now barely completing the Echo Saber, and BKB is still well in the distance.
On the bright side, it's not Ultra's farm I'm concerned about. Number 1 net worth by about 700. It's just, it's the other heroes that concern me right now. There won't be a Blink on Tiny for a long time. Not much on Void Spirit and Visage, so that could be the one concern here. Simon's also dead, by the way. Oh, never mind. Simon's not going to die quite yet, but his Sentry Ward will die.
Allowed to live another day. Yeah, no, I'm very concerned about how the scaling is going to work, right? Like, SF, I think, scales fine into the Sven 1-to-1. I don't think it's like a huge advantage for the Sven, but when you take into account the rest of the team, I am maybe a little bit worried that Sven, again, isn't going to be able to burst everyone like he really wants to. Now, Black Wrath's gonna have his own dangers here. Looks like a stolen Frost Blast on Rubik. Now, with the fear from Yes Sir, 1 Raise and 1 Fade Bolt, they actually take down Breezier. So a nice kill here from the Radiant side, and even chasing down Simon. Jinx maybe in a bit of danger as well in the jungle, trying to run away here. Another Raise maybe hits up, but the Stolen Avalanche will secure the kill on Link. So Yes Sir on the Shadow Fiend, able to get a few kills for himself here, defend the jungle, and with 3 heroes down on all roads, I mean, there's going to be another tier 2 that might get pressured a little bit.
It's one of those things. I was already going to be a 1 fight without the Hasted Last Track, probably like a 1-for-0 type pickoff, but instead, with the Hasted Last Track, turn it into a 3-for-1 type situation. And, well, Breezier is top lane, but there's an Exodus and SF. It's hard to defend this.
Yeah, and they're just gonna lead in with the Avalanche, actually, into the silence here. Now, Hobbs gotta be a bit careful under the tier 2 tower here. Has the Spirit Siphons going, but they gotta be careful that they don't get burst. And I'll tell you what, an Avalanche to jump through with the Void Spirit, that might be enough burst, but enough? Maybe no! They have the Spirit Siphon. They're living so far, and finally, before the ulti can collect, they find the kill on Hobbs. So Exo just a little bit further out from getting the heal. Man,
at this point, if DP survived there, I was getting ready to say, well, this tree armor ability, too powerful, but no, it didn't matter. DP did.
DP does actually fall. Very nice to see, honestly. It seems like they're just running to town right now from Bouche. So thankfully, a little bit of life now from all roads. They got the kill on Hobbs. Your Sven is still farming up. They still have a tier 2 tower, thankfully, albeit only at 1,000 HP. If they can hold on to this for a little longer, then they will still have a good claim to Roshan whenever they start maybe feeling the pressure on the map.
Jinx is trying to defend. I mean, the tower is being kept alive a little bit, but again, there's not much stopping this tower from dying. It'll be easy tower take, run on over, grab that outpost, control this area of the map, and at that point, then it's no fun to be had.
Yeah, you don't have a Train Protector that can heal up the towers. Now, you do have a Lich that can Frost Shield the towers, but you're not allowed to get the regen on the towers until level 25. So we're waiting in for our beautiful Lich to turn into a Train Protector. Just a few more levels.
The odds of Lich hitting 25 are not particularly high. In a won or lost game, for that matter.
No, oh, absolutely. Even in one game, you hardly ever see it. And honestly, I do like the 50 regen, but Pain Frost and limited bounces, that stuff feels really good.
I guess
Especially-
it depends what Simon is trying to accomplish. Is it, do I want to have the cool play of the, say, I don't know, Ice Fire plus infinite bounces, or more realistically, it's, I'm just going to go and use Frost Shield.
But think about the incremental damage. 25 damage that you gain off of every single Chain Frost. Unlimited bounces, that's unlimited damage. You'll eventually one-shot people with the Chain Frost.
And the problem is, either the Chain Frost ends, or they're dead. Like, you only need the infinite bounces.
That's true.
Bottom
Eventually,
lane,
you
blink
just
in by
win.
Ultra Gunner. Goodbye, DP. Big kill there for Ultra Gunner and Jinx.
And this is where, like, having the Sven, having the physical burst damage is really nice, right? Early on, there's no one with a Crimson Guard, there's no one with even a Halberd. You just run in, you stun someone, and they're dead, right? You have God Strength, you kill people. But maybe later on, it won't be so easy. Sven's still trying to find that BKB to make fights a little bit easier for him as well. And, oh, Breezy R does get to live topside. But yeah, no, so it feels nice right now. In fact, Ultra Gunner, even trying to pressure this tower just a little bit, but they have a Train Protector, so that tower is anything but free.
The good news is for all Rhoades, they're beginning to come in on some very big items. We're not far from BKB on Sven, we're not far from Blink on the Tiny. You know, we got our Void Sphere come up on the Kaya plus Sanj, eventually into probably, we're seeing Aghanim Shard after that, so it's big item time soon. All we need is, probably what, like 4 or 5 more minutes, and all those items will be completed. We'll be good to go then.
Just a little bit, and that'll even be right in time for maybe our first Roshan too. Jumping in the back line here, Remnant will hit the Train Protector, but not the Rubik. So Rubik's able to get the jump away, and Black Wrath maybe not so lucky. No, they will just jump through on Breezy R, but he goes right into the silence. A 2 silence from Hobbs, and well, Avalanche will stop them in their tracks, and the Remnant even pulling them back further. So a good disengage here from all Rhoades, making sure that they do not get eaten up by that Death Prophet, who Exo, maybe it feels like that's a somewhat of a waste. Do they actually go into the Roche Pit with this?
Not enough duration, I don't think. It's already about 1/3 duration remaining. That's 2/3 used. And it's still not easy to fight into, say, Blink Tiny Stormbolt at the pit if all Rhoades are aware of it, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer for that one. I just realized Simon is a actual literal Grandmaster on Lich, I think. Level 27 Dota plus on Lich.
It's a lot of Lich. I honestly, like, sometimes it feels good, right? Someone dives you under your tower, you get a Chain Frost, you kill a few people, you're pretty happy. Otherwise, I'm not sure of the oh no, the absolute enjoyment that you're getting out of this. You do get a little bit of enjoyment though, as Sui right now getting the kill on Jinx. So 1 down in the mid lane, only a 2,000 net worth lead. So although things feel certainly in the hands of Bouche right now, it's not all over by any means for all Rhoades.
It might now be Roshan time. I mean, we're seeing running toward, that's pinging in the Roshan pit. There's a desire to walk in the Roshan, but well, there it is. Yeah, no Exo yet for DP, but there's a Leshrac, there's a Treant Protector, give Shadow Fiend Aura, all is well.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. Thankfully, they do have that armor, and this early on, it's doable, right? Even without these like simulants, you don't have the Pango disarm, you don't have the armor maybe from the Slardar, but you do just have a team that can walk in here, take it somewhat fast with the SF, and then I tell you what, Leshrac with an Aegis this early is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think this mid and bot tier 2, they're just gonna fall. I don't think you get to hold on to those towers anymore. There's a real chance there's still only 1 tower taken from Radiant, while there are no outer towers available from all Rhoades.
Eventually, if you get... Whoa, Breezy. Okay, that was a bit of a high-risk, low-reward play from Breezy, but it's the Breezy R Classic.
Yeah, it is calculated.
Uh-oh. He's dead here. You got
Oh
keep
my
guessing.
lord. Well, at least it'll take a while. Looks like he will get under the tier 2. Trying to juke around, but it won't be enough. Remnant, gonna awkwardly walk into his own, actually, and yeah, almost had it. Almost had the juke, and definitely, as you said, low reward, even if that did work out.
You know, as like the third biggest Breezy R fan in Lads, this is painful to watch sometimes. Where it's like you don't quite know what the plan is there, but if it works, it looks pretty sick. But sometimes the plays just don't work, and that time it just didn't work.
So why do you think they did end up going and passing over the puck, right? Like, I feel like they opened up what Treant Protector and Leshrac. Like those heroes don't mess with the puck that much.
I remember Andy and Jim were saying that as well during the draft, and sometimes you gotta mix things up, you know? I remember last playoff series, I mean, it's one of those things where it messes you psychologically. They gave Breezy our puck all 3 games, and he only won one of them. So I mean, it's like, all right,
Yeah.
maybe it's different confidence thing, maybe it's like a mojo thing. I'm not entirely sure at that point, but...
So you're saying if Bouche ends up winning this game, they better be on their knees thanking Cuban Extraction for beating the Breezy R Buck.
Yeah, they have to go Telegram, Shane, send a nice little Morse code message like, here you go. Thank you for the thank you for the ego messing.
We're getting close to Thanksgiving. You could get like a box of chocolates. I'm sure that would be fine.
What's the thing? What? We're like we're 3
Valentine's
quarters
Day,
of a
sorry.
year away from Thanksgiving.
Sorry, Valentine's Day, that one. Whichever one that you give thanks to someone that's around you. It's all the same.
We got some action middle lane, by the way. Toss up on Sweep, but Leshrac does not care.
I'm here to tell you, we don't care. Oh my. Okay, Sui, you should probably care. Sui, stop. Sui, run away. Sui. Okay, Bloodstone, maybe he actually turns this one around. Avatos up, getting very, very low on the Leshrac here. Stun will connect here. And look, Sui goes up to almost 800 HP again. As you said, this Leshrac hero never stops being relevant in this patch. Will always feel strong.
You know, you figure this hero's going to die, but tree armor, Bloodstone heal, you're not killing this hero.
When you take like 8 Chain Frost bounces, it's kind of hard to root for the hero to live. And all of a sudden, they just turn on the Bloodstone, finds the nearest rock boy, and heals up to 800 HP. That's just unfortunate.
The problem is you have to ignore the evidence of your eyes and ears and just assume that that's not killing Leshrac. Like, your brain's going to tell you this hero probably should be dead right now, but Leshrac is not a being of this universe. It is extraterrestrial space deer. He is ready to change your expectations.
Mm-hmm. And still not even the highest level of that Pulse Nova. So we still have about like a 50% damage increase here working on for the Leshrac. So it'll only continue to get better.
On the bright side, we will be out of immortality for Leshrac fairly soon. And there still are a lot of outer towers for all roads. I'm at this point, I'm rooting for Game 3 pretty hard. I want to see Game 3. Bouche are in the driver's seat for obvious reasons. I mean, they have Leshrac that's powerful and SF that's farmed, but there's still plenty of room for all roads to breathe. And most importantly, Sven remains very farmed. It's neck and neck with Shadowfiend at the top, but all Ultra needs is one good jump with this build. You blink on in, you turn red, you BKB, you crit somebody down, and then things can turn around immediately.
I mean, they haven't taken a 5-man engagement just yet. As Bouche, you don't know if you're winning this game yet. You just haven't seen enough. We're about to find out here. Gunner, 3 hits, Rubik gone. Now it still has the BKB available and the blink. Hasn't committed to going in just yet here, but they've already lost the Lich and they had to buy back for it. So they don't want to commit in just for any more, but the God Strength has been committed from Ultra Gunner. Like, surely he wants to fight more of this, right?
And we're back to a 5v5 once again. Both teams use one support buyback, but it appears to be end of the fight now. Tier 2 dead. Perhaps the Tier 2 bottom will die as well. Less than about half a minute of immortality. With Breezy R's going in.
Breezy? The rest of your team isn't around, Breezy. No one's home. Breezy.
He's actually just grabbed the Void Stone from the secret shop that he was doing there.
I see.
I believe that's a brand new Void Stone. Did not trust his courier to do the job. Yes, sir, is walking in.
No. I mean, yeah, that's a BKB. Good pop for it, honestly. If all they can get, they don't even get a bird. So, those simple advantages that you can get for yourself may turn into a Hobbs kill. They're able to turn back through and jump through from Breezy R, trying to get another kill on Kubrick here, but they're just gonna kite this one away. Chain Frost bouncing around. Kubrick's actually gonna one that's gonna hold on to it, and Simon trying to escape here, but the Death Prophet, the Leshrac, just 2 AoE damage dealers that you don't get to run away from for free. So Lich will die back now, and it's a 4v5 fight no matter what for all roads.
I think what all Rhoades were thinking is this is a good opportunity, no BKB, SF, no immortality on the Shrek, but it didn't matter. Oh, Blackpath blinks in, but so does Ultra Gunner, going on Shadow Fiend right now.
Yeah, and the lockdown is here. Yes, sir, falls, and now it's a 4v4. You're pretty happy with this one. Hobbs trying to go in, but Ultra Gunner did end up popping the BKB now. It has a Mage Slayer, so the magic damage isn't really there for Sui, but the lockdown from the Train Protector is Ultra Gunner has to run away and try to lifesteal off these creeps, and meanwhile, the rest of his team just trying to hold on for dear life. Confused is gonna get stunned up. Surely he'll fall, and the rest of the team just isn't able to help out right now from all roads.
Still, it's kiting around time. Somehow none of these cores have died. I mean, Ultranar came incredibly close to dying. Breeze Yard's under 200 HP. Confused got gone on by 3 different heroes as well. The fact that none of these cores died in the retreat is fantastic for all roads. I mean, you kill SF like that, you get away on all 3 cores, you're happy with that one. Especially your T2 bottom's alive as well. You call it a win right there. Sure, Bouche is still in the winning position, but... Oh, wait, is Breezy just dead? Wait a minute.
Breezy, don't do it.
Okay, Breezy's not dead. But at this point, you probably weathered the biggest storm there. By the time that the Radiant will be ready to fight again on Bouche, perhaps that second Roshan timing, you will have all the items you need to begin these major fights. And what's in that career right now for Ultra? Is that the full Bloodthorn? Now that's a Satanic.
So yeah, I was about to say, I think we just saw in that last fight how important Satanic is for them to take these fights, right? Like, and not just lifesteal, but that dispel. He needs that just one extra dispel whenever he gets rooted up through BKB by Blackfast. So now that he has that, not only is he able to dispel that at very low HP, he's also able to turn and start hitting on the Leshrac, on the Death Prophet, and get himself back up to that full HP. Once we see this Daedalus finished out, I think we're really going to start to see the power of the Sven, because then they'll have that damage to lifesteal off. But do you think they actually commit to this AC instead of finishing out the crit stick?
I'm actually really interested whether it would be the Daedalus or the Bloodthorn. Maybe it's just AC for the armor. Let me look at a lot of the damage on the Radiant side. It's SF and DP. DP through the physical damage from the Exo, and SF obviously physical damage as well. The fact that Yes Sir has this Daedalus makes me think that it will be the full AC finish. So you have the Warcry armor, you have the AC armor, and you just hope not to die. And then the only who can really damage you that heavily would be the Leshrac plus the SF Requiem. You have BKB for that, so may have to stay there for Ultra with this build. I think it's a good builder.
Strange to see that someone like sell boots for an item like that so quickly when you could just finish out the Daedalus, but I suppose that makes sense. And yes, sir, maybe gonna get caught out again here. Has the BKB available, but the jump through. Look at the SF disappear. Able to pop the Satanic, instant dispel, and Ultra Gunner, he wants to go for a little bit more. Blackfrath in a bit of danger, but he wants to find someone else in the backline as this Sven. Unfortunately, no one will get found, so they get 3 kills. Death Prophet and the Leshrac. He really wanted to get one of them, but hey, you'll take still 3 kills down on Bouche.
Oh no, wait. The familiars, there we go. No, don't leave it, the pit. Okay, Roshan's just spawning now. That's unlucky.
Oh,
Confused
no.
knew it could be alive, but didn't know it would be spawning right now. Obviously, they don't have the information that we have. Like, hey, Roshan's spawning in 8 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Roshan's not alive. We'll come check on it later. Problem is, later will be when God's Strength. Yeah, God's Strength's already down. There will be a tier 1 tower taken, perhaps, but that is not as good as Roshan.
No. We're getting to the point where the God Strength timing just feels negligible, right? You have about 60 seconds cooldown. Ideally, you win a fight with it, right? So heroes are already dead for 60 seconds anyways. They're going to run into the Roach Pit with this one, and with Shard available as well, this could just go to Ultra Gunner. As you said, the physical damage may be the only thing they have left to worry about from the SF. He can have the Shard, all of a sudden don't worry about it, but maybe they're going to mount on defense. Do you think there's even a hope?
Ultra's out of item slots. I mean, he'll put the Mage Slayer in the backpack, but he's out of item slots.
Nice. It looks like they are going to grab both of them here. So Shard taken. We'll keep the boots, actually. So Mage Slayer going to go down. Honestly, it seemed like a pretty important part of the kit, right? Going up against the Leshrac, you love being able to mitigate all the magic damage that Sui is doing. But I guess literally like the kite potential is just way too scary for Ultra Gunner right now.
I guess the idea here is just Leshrac won't do magic damage if he's dead. You have the Crystallis, you have the God Strength, and you have the Enchanted Quiver, which is not to be often see out a hero like Sven, but this game makes a lot of sense. You just get that one big cleave, that one big possible crit. You roll all that on one hit, and you could just destroy a hero like Leshrac if he's not able to maneuver around. And this game, Sui has no BKB. He has no Yules or Wind Waker yet. As long as you can burst through the raw HP, this is a killable hero.
I don't think that you're wrong, but that is definitely some big. Why do I need BKB if I just kill them first? Like that's the energy that I'm getting out of it.
It's true.
You
It's
put
true.
away. Yeah, I mean, that is how Dota works. I'll be honest. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Top side of the map, all control here. So it looks like bottom finally gonna take tower here on Ultra Gunner's side. So all roads, I feel like this is the most even we've seen this game so far. We have the Aegis for all roads, so theoretically they should have a bit of the advantage, but it has been fight dominance from Bouche until the last fight that we took, where Ultra Gunner was able to just kind of take every fight that he wanted. So things are starting to turn up.
We're at the point now where we're seeing these abilities like extra committed for very little tower damage. I thought for a second Simon might go for the Chain Frost play on Hobbs, but didn't end up happening there. Instead, it'll be a 5-man smoke play in the backlines. Looking at All Road's vision, they have a pretty good idea. They saw Rubik on the retreat. They know they're in this area at the western part of the Dire jungle. This could be a decent jump if they can get the right jump on somebody. Well, it'll be Rubik instead, which is better than nothing, but...
Yeah. Well, one still gets hit by that remnant, but they still find the kill on Kubrick here.
That's a dieback.
Something off the map.
That's technically
is
a
that?
dieback.
How long is it for his buyback? Like
9
seconds. That's actually the worst, isn't it? You still get like the penalty of like buying back to death, but you're just able to buy back soon anyways. Interesting.
I disagree, actually. It's important he gets rid of his death now. It's an inconsequential death.
That's
So
fair.
now when his next death actually happens that matters, it'll be a lower respawn time.
That's fair. And well, right now we've got a lot of bot side control still from Radiant, so that they're kind of just trying to take care of that one last adder tower that's in front of them. And meanwhile, Dire, I mean, surely they're able to take at least this top tier 2. I think they could also wrap mid and take another one too. I think the towers may just be gone, I don't know, after the next few minutes.
I mean, there's still a little bit more to do, and I'm sure that neither team is willing to give up the remaining outer towers, but... We have a fight coming. Top lane, I should say. Never mind. It's just Familiar's dead.
They TP'd a lot, and the jump through. I mean, Sui desperately wanted this one. Does end up hexing one of the birds, so bird turns into a pig and back into a bird.
Some interesting pigs flying action going on over here,
Yeah.
but... How much time is there left on, Okay, so Sven has 1 minute 30 of Aegis left, and we're going in on Breezy R, but again, Hobbs is too tanky.
Hobbs do got a BKB and Greaves. That's not an easy kill, but the jump through with the Hex actually does find Breezy R. Birds are trying to drop here, but they have a toss in on Breezy, getting away, and now the Chain Frost from Lich doing a lot of work, because right next to Hobbs and the Rubik. Ultra Gunner's able to pop the God Strength here, trying to get on top of Hobbs, but the Kaidan is just too much. He has his Satanic to pop if he wants to get the Dispel, but he just doesn't care so far. He's going to keep on hitting. Ran a little bit further away from the SF, but now, all of a sudden, with no God Strength available, we're going to see the second life of the Sven. It's just different on Transformation Heroes, and Gunner trying to get through for more, but again, without that extra damage, can they actually do it? Looks like they will take down, yes sir. Now they turn on the Hobbs. A nice dive through onto, into the Avalanche from 2 from the Tiny, but Hobbs still able to chase down with the Spirit Siphons, able to do a little bit of damage, but with the stun, Ultra Gunner, surely they can take this one down. No! The wand is too much. The Shadow Grave, no! Able to get even more damage on, and Hobbs linking up to the Tiny, healing up almost full with the Exorcism. I can't believe they didn't die there.
Alright, so here's why Ultra Gunner losing God Strength in the first life was fine. Psychologically, they had to go on him and use everything. But then when he respawned, he had his team backing him. That was a good fight, though. It was a good fight for, for all roads. I mean, it's one of those things where that play only works if you have 2 lives in your carry. And
Absolutely.
it just happened. You get the tower, you get the fight win. I mean, you kill SF, you kill the Shrek. You only lose Breezy R in terms of the cores. You call it a win every time, so... At this point, the only concern is that Ultra Gunner is running out of items to buy. Like, it's going to be Crystallis into Daedalus upgrade, maybe like a Swift Blink on top of that, but then you're actually unironically out of items.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Unsure of which one of those things like is a game winner, and you also have the opportunity, the possibility that later on it's like, oh shit, do I need a nullifier? Do I need to trade something out now because like there's an Eon Disc or glimmers and forces that are really messing up my day? So I would say that even though I like where we're at right now with all roads, you're still on somewhat of a timer to really choke hold the map right now for yourself. And Jinx going down top, if he does, okay, it looks like we'll be fine.
All right, so Sven can just actually buy Aghanim's Blessing, and that can deal with the Aeon Discs later on. That'll be the Perdun Stormbolt.
He will be jumping into the midst of the entire enemy team, though, which is scary.
It's toggleable now. They had the ability to toggle that.
That's true. You are able to toggle it, which means that you don't jump, but you still get the dispel, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is a nice addition.
I believe it's a lower cooldown as well. Never mind. It's bonus cast range it gives you as well. So it's dispel, the ability to transport, and then the extra cast range. And cast range is nice.
Absolutely, yeah. I like where Sven is going everywhere around the map as well. Just going down bottom, taking all this farm up, trying to get that level 25, because that 50% God Strength damage. And you can see all this time where, this Leshrac just barely gets away. I'm not able to get through this, Death Prophet, 2 heroes that are desperately trying to heal through. And you don't really have this Shiva's Guard maybe for someone that they should have. Right, like they've got the Vessel on Tiny. Hasn't really been doing a lot, I'll be honest. It's kind of a half measure.
Okay, Breezy R is a madman. So Breezy, did she bottom her seeing a jump on DP perhaps? Yeah, we are. Never mind. We have a fight going on. I'll have to explain it later.
Well, Ultra Gunner walks in. Oh look, there's a Death Prophet. And okay, here comes the Sven, but the BKB from Hobbs gets themselves away. So yeah, just spells for spells it seems like, and they did smoke up. Ultra Gunner wants no part of it. Simon will run the opposite direction, and Ultra Gunner just desperately wants to hit this level 25 timing.
What I find funny is you see Breezy R with this Aghanim Shard on Void Spear for the AoE 8th Remnant doesn't break on creeps.
Yeah.
And he just sits in the tree's top lane, puts 3 of the remnants down, the way he tries to walk through the remnants and just die.
Oh my god.
I don't know if it's actually good, but it's entertaining me, if nothing else.
That's true. Well, to be honest, whenever I clicked and said, someone should be getting a Shiva's Guard, I clicked on Breezy R, saw this Dagon level 1 with a heart on the way, and went, you know what? I'm just going to click to someone else.
This is some real Breezy R gameplay.
I'm not mad about either one of these. I'm just disappointed that there's a Dagon 1, and then you go for the heart, and then I'm assuming you're finishing the Dagon 5 after that. Just confused on the ordering, I suppose, right now from Breezy.
You figure he might like a Dispel, but I guess he has status resistance and raw HP.
Yeah?
So just don't die? I mean, usually you'd rather not get hits, but I guess he's accepting that he will get hits.
Yeah.
And when he does get hit, he wants to not die.
It's really weird. I feel like I've had builds like this where every time that I get coached on my build, it's like, well, see, you built for when you get hits. And the correct move was to just not get hit. You don't build Butterfly because no one should be touching you anyways. So I will say it's a little bit strange to me given that there's like a Rubik Lift and maybe Tree and Overgrowth or something, but there's not a ton of anti-Void Spirit lockdown in this game right now.
I guess if they're using it on you, they're not using it on your Sven. Which is nice.
Fair?
But,
Yeah. But what if they just use it on the Sven anyways? Ultra Gunner jumping in with the God Strength hexed up, and look at the SF disappear. Blackman trying to get in as well, but he's not able to use the ulti. And now with the God Strength on Sven, even the Chain Frost able to take down that Hobbs DP, and with Kubrick falling as well, only the Leshrac is alive, and this game just got broken wide open. Oh, the powers of a Sven DD.
Yeah, level 25 on Sven, just got level 25, DD as well. I mean, this is a lot of damage, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's a metric fuck ton of
That
damage
was
one would
backdoor.
measure
That
in.
was backdoor. He's put their backdoor.
They were not creeps there, yeah. Now the creeps have arrived, and they're using the fort again. It just feels like it's all for naught right now. And Sven with that Daedalus, with the AC. Looks like he did end up selling that Mage Slayer. For sure, and now we're going for the Strength Blink. So things are just getting better and better right now for the Sven. 15,000 net worth lead. And if your team Bouche, all right, you dominated game number 1, all right, you were feeling it. How are we coming back in this game number 2 to give my team the lead? Because Roshan's up. You're gonna get Aegis.
I mean, the play was jump on Breezy R and kill him, but how do you kill a man who has a heart and an Octarine card?
Clearly, Dagon 1 heart was the right move because
yeah,
Breezy R is
HP.
unkillable. And he's even going to finish out at Lincoln's before he finishes the rest of this Dagon. Honestly, an optimistic queue up here to think that you're not going to just end the game before you finish the Lincolns anyways. But yeah, Breezy is simply, if I am alive, then my team win. I can commend that sort of thinking.
I just love like there's people in Twitch chat wondering, oh, why it's not going say E-Blade or Ags or Wind Waker. It's not. It's hard, Stagon, Lincoln Sphere. It's just some breezy art gameplay.
It's just it's different. No, it's not a bad build. It's just not the normal build. Everyone is going Heart, SNK, Dagon 1, Octarine Core on Void Spirit.
I've learned to not question breezy art at any point ever.
It's really hard to question a build when their team is up by 16,000 net worth, right? Like you really can't fault them when they're in the lead.
It's like a wild stallion, you know. You just gotta let it happen.
Yeah. Well, Remnant on Remnant on Remnant. I do wish that it was a green Remnant all the time from the Rubik. They don't look all that the same, but you know, there's a model difference. We'll take those.
Ay. So it's going to be run it down bottom lane time, lift on the Breezer, but he's fine.
Yeah. Lotus Orb also provided from Jinx. So I again cannot believe in a game like this there is no Shiva's Guard on anyone in the Dota 2 video game. Because I think Sven maybe, like, if you had a carry that built Scotty, you wouldn't be doing it. But Sven's not building Scotty. That's not going to happen. So it would be really sick if my Void Spirit would jump confused.
Yeah, they just jumped him as 5 with smoke and killed him instantly.
I do be confused. It seems that he got hexed and murdered.
Yeah, I had it on screen the entire time. They just destroyed him.
I see. Well, rip. And now, I mean, maybe they'll do it again. Stunned up, hexed on Sven, but this time not murdered like his compatriots, so they will be able to get onto the high ground. Aegis still up for about 2 minutes 30 seconds, and I believe this was a God Strength with Arcane Rune, so only looking at 30 seconds until the next one is up.
This was the third Roshan. Where did okay? So the refresher is in the backpack of Confused right now. So when everyone's responding again, we can run it down for the next about 2.5 minutes on all roads. This is probably their best chance to just outright win the game. It's 2 lives on Sven with the refresher, with the cheese on the Visage as well. So one more good pickoff from the side of my Bouche, and this game's something a lot easier.
Yeah, game has always come backable again. Like I hesitate to trust these bursty lineups going into the late game because if you do have the right items, then a burst is hard to do. We have like a Kaya Sanj on the left track on Death Proper. We have a Halberd, BKB, and Greaves. I don't think I see a pipe on anyone just yet. So maybe we'll wait on that one as well, since there's so much magic damage coming out from the Lich, from the Void Spirit, from the Tony. So maybe that's just like the last thing that we're waiting on. But still, damage mitigation being built up here from the Radiant side, which makes it much harder for Sun to do his job, right? Especially that Halberd, honestly. I'm a really big fan of that one.
As long as you can react before his BKB, then all's well there. Stepping by the Breezer. Oh, that's a dead tree.
That is a very dead tree. And that was the hearts from Breezy R putting in all that work to get the kill on the tree.
Well, luckily Tree has buyback, so it's not going to be a straight up 5v4 high ground situation, but it is go time. Sven has 2 lives.
Ooh, barely splitting the difference on that Remnant. Almost starting a nice fight. Instead, Ultra Gunner already popping up the God Strength. This bot side will not last very long at all. Even has the Lincolns given to him now. And oh my, jumping on the back line. It's a big back. And they've hexed up the Tiny, but he's not the one you really have to worry about. They're able to get the ulti out from the Dream Protector, but the Satanic from Ultra Gunner, able to get that dispelled off immediately. He'll keep turning and trying to hit here, but the BKB is wearing out. Maybe they have an opportunity to turn this one back around. They're going to hammer Ultra Gunner back into the rest of the team here, even into the stun here from the Leshrac. And with the Bloodstone popping from Sui, maybe they can actually turn this one back around to the Sven, but with the God Strength, oh no, hexed up. I think they can actually kill him here with the Aegis finally running out. They've gotten the first kill, but it means there'll be no more God Strength as he comes back up. But the rest of your team has already fallen. A nice soul assumption gets the kill on Leshrac, has to buy back into the game here. As much as there's a lot of split arrows to work, and Ultra Gunner, he doesn't feel all that scared just yet. Another link up. Oh no, as soon as he comes in, he'll fall on Sui, and Breezy will look to just end this game for sure. GG. Game 2 going to all roads, and Badger, we got what we wanted. It's game 3 action.
That's what I want. I want the game 3, and we saw this is again another fight where Ultra just takes all the abilities, and as that happens, you win the fight because then you run out of abilities. Like sure, you die once on Sven, and say, oh no, Sven's dead, but that's why Sven goes in. He has 2 lives.
I like them being able to put that sort of pressure on Ultra Gunner in these games, right? I'm sure if I look at the damage received, still very large from the Sen. Now, granted, also very large on Breezy with that heart and with Jinx on the Tiny. So it wasn't all shouldered by Ultra Gunner, but I really do like him kind of going in, doing his time, taking the damage that he needs for his team, as he said, and still outputting the damage, right? 30,000 from him, 30,000 from Breezy as well. So just overall fantastic performance. And honestly, sleeping a bit here, confused. Had that really rough death that we saw on the top side, but otherwise a fantastic performance. The Hex from him as well, putting in work, and then that pipe, of course, protecting them from everything that the Death Prophet and the Leshrac want to do.
Man, this is gonna be a fun one. Apparently, we're taking 5 before G. That's what Simon says. So I guess we'll be back in about 5 minutes. You got any final words for the break, Meth?
I'm happy for an exciting game 3. I can't wait to see you all there.
All right, then we'll be back soon. My name's Badger. I'm joined by Math. And if I'm correct, I'll be back with Andy and Rook for the panel in a few minutes. See you soon.
Radiant team banned.
Greetings and salutations for the third and final game of this losers bracket elimination best of 3. It's me, Badger Gent, joined by the legendary Jim and Andy Duo. How you two doing for game 3?
Excited. Yeah.
Radiant team
They've been less big. What do you guys? Okay, transfer still in the pool from previous games. What else?
Radiant team pick.
Pucka's in the pool.
Oh my god, things
Big.
are going off script here, bro. Oh my
Marcy
God.
Tide. Is this the power duo lane?
It might be Tide 3, Marcy 5. I think Blackfrath is their Marcy player.
Okay, so these are just two heroes they want. This isn't necessarily their laning duo.
This is one of those I remember seeing in chat
5 seconds.
the in case of emergency break glass meme. That's Hobbs right now, just picking Tide. In
I don't
case of
really-
emergency
to be
break
honest,
glass,
like-
Tide.
Dude, showing this, like, they could pick something like, I don't know, Ursa or some shit. Like they might, that might get. There's a lot of heroes right now that they could pick that would be able to lane into this, like with a strong pause 5.
They can swap supports, right? The support's
I
not
guess
really
so,
locked
yeah,
on,
yeah.
huh? What do you think with Timbersaw for Dire? Are they already picked Puck?
Yeah, Timbersaw would have been pretty lit. Actually, yeah, Timbersaw would have been like
10
giga lit,
seconds
but
remaining.
not
I mean,
the way
Puck
of
is
the
pretty
ninja
good. They
today.
don't really have a like. There's
5 seconds
Mercy Stone is not that good against Puck. After the early levels, and then Tide Ravage, like unless you have a blink, like you're never catching Puck, and you can't really use it to like fish for him either.
Yeah.
I guess they'll ban mids for Puck, is my guess. What would I ban for Puck?
I mean, at this point, all I have to say is Jinx has a core to settle this series, you know? You lose game 1 to Tiny, you pick Tiny game 2, you pick Tiny game 3.
I will say they already can't, like, Radiant already can't have the draft problem that they had game 1. Or
Well,
sorry,
from-
game 2 I mean. Where
Which
they didn't
was?
have any front line and like they had 3 like range cores that like don't want to get jumped, but one of them has to get jumped because like, because they can't
Yeah.
walk anyone forward.
Yeah.
I will say, I think if Lesh had bought like Shiva, I think if Lesh
Ban.
built less damage and bought more tank, they probably could have won off their early lead. But
they had
they were far enough ahead to where I think Leshrac should have been able to become unkillable with different item choices. But that's a separate issue.
Okay, they banned Zeus. I don't ever. Well,
I'll be very
don't-
surprised if they don't ban Void Spirit. By the way,
I don't
because-
imagine Zeus as being like the hero I'd want to ban for Puck.
It's a respect
Yeah.
band.
It's a respect ban.
It's specifically, Misui is a big Queen of Pain Zeus player. I mean, Queen of Pain, his best hero, but Zeus probably is
It's
second
been
best
banned
hero.
every game, yeah.
But
Possibly
like,
banned every game.
okay, fair.
Pango goes both ways against Puck. I guess Shard Pango's pretty good. Pango Shard. Wait, can you Pango Shard when you're coiled? Actually, you can, right? For E25. You want to confirm?
Yeah,
this?
it won't get rid of it. Is that what you were asking or no?
Can you get rid of coil if you Pango Shard before 25?
Wait, I think you can. I don't remember. Oh no,
Radiant
Oh,
I'm letting the
no.
team down.
Tree Protector is banned. Okay. They banned Ursa, Sense, they're just protecting Tidehunter. Okay. Makes sense.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't imagine you'd want to ban Sven for Tide.
10 seconds remaining.
It's probably a good thing, actually, the tree got banned out. So that way I won't just be mouth agape like, man, this hero has 13 billion damage anymore.
Radiant team.
Oh, that was me literally all the laning phase last 2 games.
I
Just
see.
saying this hero has 96 damage and refusing to elaborate further.
Spirit Breaker. Okay.
They're really melee is the first thing I'm
And
thinking.
also
Strength.
all strength. Dude, does
Yeah,
Dire play
I'm worried they're
Timbersaw?
gonna get Timbersawed.
Dire, I mean,
Also-
also they have bad damage against Timbersaw right now too. These are all
And they're-
melee heroes that like do not contribute against Timbersaw really.
Remember when Speedbreaker's Shard was a break? Good
Yeah.
times. Good
5
times.
seconds
So I'm looking up the stats right now. I don't think Confused is like a huge Timbersaw player.
Team pick.
Alright, so Confused has only 39 games lifetime on Timbersaw with a 41% win rate.
I mean, honestly,
games.
could he play the puck and then they give mid the timber? It's just such a good timber saw game.
Breezy R is definitely not. This guy is like the antithesis of Timbers. I mean, even though he plays like
Okay.
he could be good at Timber Saw,
Seconds remaining.
this is a Spirits player. This
Fair
is a puck
enough.
player.
All right,
This is
all right,
not-
fair enough, fair enough. All right, I mean, they still got a lot of good carries in the pool. Life Stealer would have maybe a slightly hard lane to start, but actually no, because he'd be against a Spear Breaker, not the Marcy. Dude, I think they
Underlord is
should.
really annoying for a Speedbreaker. Sort of.
Yeah, I do think that it was a good Underlord pick, but
Yeah,
I think that they should have picked their carry hero because the carry sees their lane, and like
carry wasn't gonna
they're
ban
just
that
giving
boost.
away a counter pick.
Yeah. Also, there's already like 4 or there's already a ton of carries banned, and they're gonna have another phase to ban more carries.
Yeah. Like I think that Radiant should ban PA for sure, and maybe Lifestealer. Maybe that sounds pretty good. I don't know. Any thoughts?
I like Lifesteal 100%. They can also do puck like the bomb onto what's the guy's name? They can do puck, Lifestealer, and just sniper. So it's not even like sniper is gonna be safe. Yeah, I like Lifestealer ban the most.
Yeah, makes sense.
I know Sniper's been banned out at least once today as well, so it's a hero that these teams value. And
Well, we're gonna carry what I want on Dire. Let's ignore Lifestealer. What if they played Spectre?
Wait, are you saying for Dire?
For Dire.
Yeah,
Vulture
I
definitely
think
can play it, but
Spectre would be fine. I think that they would like to be playing. Oh, they banned Lifestealer. They must have something really specific in mind.
This isn't Lifestealer. Oh, the Spectre's banned. Never mind.
So
Illusion
know.
heroes are not that good. I think it's a tide.
Naga could be okay here.
Do you just wait to dispel his thing with your thing,
I mean,
or how does that work?
yeah, like in the lane, it's gonna be kind of annoying, but I just mean in the game, it could be pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, illusion heroes in the game are usually not that bad.
I don't know. They banned Lifestealer, which I feel like might have been their best pick because he could just jump into the puck and they could kill Sniper over and over. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think PA is good too.
Monkey?
Neither of the bans really make sense though if they want
Maybe
PA.
they want a ranged hero.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm good at thinking too. But like,
I don't know why. I would not want a ranged hero.
well, I
when
guess
have
what
puck
range
with-
here would you want here is the question.
I mean, Drow is left open. Gyros. I don't know. Gyros in the pool.
I think I think that if it
I mean, Drow is good in Tidehunter, right?
well, I think Drow is good in the Tide Hunter, but like there's already 3 heroes with like forms of engage on. It would just be so.
And I
like,
don't
if
know.
you're-
Yeah, playing a ranger and sniper kind of usually doesn't feel good because
I don't know. They like banned out like one of their best picks.
I think they want a ranged hero looking at their bans. I think they want Drow. Well, I feel like Drow is
Could
not.
this be just that like the carry on Radiant has a very limited pool? Is that
You mean
an
Dire,
explanation?
right?
No. I'm saying on Radiant, like
Oh, why they're
they're banning the things they're banning. I don't understand their bans is what I'm confused about the most. Like, you know what I mean?
Wait, no, I feel like Dire's bans confusing more. I feel like Dire wants to play like Lifestealer or Monkey King.
I think they're
Yeah, I'm saying
convinced to Sniper
okay.
mid or something.
I think I misspoke. I'm saying I'm confused by Dire's bans.
Yeah,
They're-
you misspoke.
Okay. Oh, Morphling is a good pick here.
Morphling is a good pick. I don't know why they banned
Does Ultra
Lifestealer,
Gunner
though.
play it though?
He does.
Well, I don't know why
Like,
you
he
wouldn't.
actually
I don't think you'd ever ban Lifestealer if you want to play Morphling.
Yeah, there's.
So
I think they
either
wanted
didn't-
Naga. I think they wanted Naga. That's the only
Like,
explanation.
No, I feel like they must have wanted a different hero because you would like if you were like thinking Morphling, you would never think ban Lifestealer.
I mean, you wouldn't ban Monkey either, right? Like, it would just be.
Well,
both
that
of
one
those
makes a little
heroes-
more. That one makes a little more sense. Maybe you shift down and like.
No, because you like it, like, because you can actually like kill him and like you can like fuck with him, but like he can't do it the other way around. Oh, excuse my language.
Maybe Morphling was the backup plan, where if they wanted Naga,
I think
they wanted
Morphling was the
Spectre,
backup. I think they
then it's,
banned.
well,
I
our
think
heroes
one of the-
banned out. Might as well grab Morphling.
I think
Yeah.
I think one of those two bans hit the head.
So they still
I
need
like
a mid,
Morphling.
presumably. What mid would be really good?
I think it might be mid sniper. I mean, they banned out as if it's going to be mid sniper.
Did they ban out?
They banned 2 carries.
I mean, sniper into puck makes sense. Yeah. Sniper into puck is good. I mean, sniper's good into Underlord too, actually. Or like snipers. Well, I don't know if that's true. I guess the sniper Mercy is a really good duo.
I think
at the very
Sniper Marcy
least.
would probably beat it.
Sniper Mercy is such a good duo.
There's still plenty of reserve time as well. I mean, Hobbs is racking the brain right now, saying, you know
What
what?
do
What are we gonna do with this final pick? Well, it could be the final pick of the season at this point.
What do you think, Badger? What's your thoughts?
I mean, I'm a little bit scared. I mean, this is. So I'm trying to think of what you'd want into this Morphling as a problem. This Morphling hero is so obnoxious to play against for almost every carry in the game.
You know what would be super hit or miss, would probably miss?
What would that be?
Anti-mage.
I'm out.
I love
No
playing
anti-mage.
anti-mage for like I hit level 6 and I look to find the puck, like ganking a different lane, and then I ult him. I love to do that.
I
Yeah,
think
no
that
anti-mage.
anti-mage
I
could be a
think
really fast way to
usually
lose.
fails. It usually fails, by the way. I'll be clear, I don't think it's a good strategy, but it's incredibly fun. Pick anti-mage and just look for an opportunity to ult the puck in the first 12 minutes.
Oh,
Or
Sark is
first, like, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
a.
And it's better than anti-mage.
I don't love it, but it's kind of okay.
I mean, it might have just actually
It's
been their
a-
best pick available.
It's a pretty good Diffusal Slark game in terms of like. I feel like Diffusal Slark seems pretty okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely their best pick available, without a doubt.
You mean there was nothing better?
Do I think there was nothing better?
What about Bloodseeker? How did Bloodseeker do here?
How does Bloodseeker do here?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not so good.
Uh,
It's alright. It's
Wraith
not
King?
so good.
Wraith King seems pretty bad in Thunderlord,
Yeah.
barring you kill him at like level 1 or 2. You can hear your skeletons will auto die.
5 seconds remaining.
I think AM could have been exciting.
I feel like this the safe lane for Slark and the off lane for Underlord is going to be really dependent on how quickly Underlord gets a Vanguard if he goes and if he goes for one.
At this point, if you had to prefer either of these two drafts, I mean, I prefer the All Roads draft. What do you guys prefer?
I'm biased. I love Morphling.
I probably.
Also, I don't like how melee heavy Radiant is.
Yeah, I prefer all roads draft. I will say though that like they're not the best at dealing with the sniper, and mid could go so badly. So I don't. I'd say I slightly prefer playing all roads, but the sniper could be a massive problem.
I mean, they could have some really hard winning lanes on Radiant. Marcy's a hero. I feel like you can easily feed even if you have a good matchup. You just mess up once or twice, and then mid is
Yeah.
just super sniper favored. So I think like lanes could.
I mean,
go
they have
really
good
well
heroes
for
to
Radiant.
gank for him at least. They have like Tiny is one of the best heroes at like punishing sniper mid if you actually look for it. But I don't feel like there's been a lot of like ganking mid like by the supports in the series, so it probably won't happen, right?
Guess we'll find out. Yeah.
We will have to see. Obviously, thanks for coming on for all 3 games of draft paneling, Andy and Jim. You got any final words to say to the people before you leave us?
I just hope that whichever team loses this doesn't feel bad and knows that they're cool people and that.
I want to see Morphling turn into Spirit Breaker at least once in the game. At least once.
All right, thanks, boys. Have a great night.
You too.
You too, Badger.
And for the third and final time tonight, we are once again joined by Mr. Man of Many Titles, play-by-play caster for the fine evening, Mathmagician. Dan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to see that we went well into the comfort for both sides. I love seeing Marcy picked up from a Bouche. I love seeing the Brazier Morphlin come out. And I think it's still a little bit strange to me that Dire has been for all roads each time, and Bouche has had Radiant each time. They clearly feel comfortable wherever they're at right now. I will say I don't think that this safe lane Slark is like the gotcha pick of this game. I don't think that's like your instant win, because I think there's a lot of ground target damage right now that you aren't really expecting to play against. But if they do allow this Slark to kind of get into his unkillable phase, he's allowed to dip and dive out of these fights, then maybe this hero kind of pops off. But as of now, I think this is a pretty even draft for both sides with a lot of comfort on either.
All right, consider the following. Why don't you press the 0 key on your keyboard? Where does that go to you? It's only one road now. All roads to puck. That's
All
what we've
roads
been
to
waiting
puck.
to see. The people have wanted to see. It was banned game 1 first phase. Ignored game 2. Ignored no longer. We have arrived at the Brazier puck.
I'm so happy. Honestly, like I'm really excited to see him play the puck now. This is how you should end out a series, right? You should end out this series on whatever hero you can comfortably play. I think maybe the only other thing that you may want is, the Ultra Gunner Sven, maybe a different pause for Jinx. But I still think like the Tiny played very well last time, so I'm also happy that Jinx is on that hero. But you know, just the Dota Plus levels. You know, maybe you want to see 2 more in the master tier.
I mean, there's some signature heroes. I mean, Hobbs on Tide. You see
Mhm.
Simon on the Lich, Breezy R on the Puck. I mean, Ultra has a lot of games on Morphling pre-Dota Plus as well. So there's some. I
Oh.
mean, Jinx is a great tiny player, despite the bronze Dota Plus. This dude is
Yeah.
playing like tiny every other competitive game. So
He played it very well last game, so I'm honestly surprised there aren't more points in it because I thought he did do well.
bottom lane, that will be our first blood, and it will go to yes, sir.
Oh,
Perhaps
no.
he can't get the kill. He's a little
Does
too
it go
slow.
to no one? No.
Okay,
Dude.
no first blood. I stand corrected.
I feel like this definitely favors Dire. I mean, Blackwrath could try to do something, but only has the Spose right now. So yes, sir's got him back out. Blackwrath will try to maybe drag and confuse, but he's got the Firestorm. So if you drag him back in here, he throws on the Firestorm, and like clockwork, everybody runs away from the Underlord Slug.
Everybody's sad but Jigs. He's full HP, full mana right now.
I know, the only one who's
He's
having a good
CSing.
time.
He's actually CSing unironically right now.
Yeah. And, you know, thankfully Confused still got a decent amount of CS before they got out here. But yeah, no, I don't know. Yes, sir. Maybe they jump in on Confused again. Blackpath going for the very traditional, you know, Marcy build. You go for the maybe 2-2-0, honestly, and really try to dive and get Confused dragged back into the Slark. But that's not one of the combos that you usually see, right? We've seen, like, Marcy Razor, especially from this team. Marcy Viper was one that was really popular. Anything where like being close, it really matters. Honestly, Underlord, I don't think he cares whether or not he's close to the Slark. You know, Firestorm, go burr.
You know, the funny part is, this is going to be a very sad situation for the... Oh, dispose on Jinx, but it's not enough. They'll try to kill
No,
Jinx,
and
but
in
it doesn't
fact,
work.
I think they may have killed yes, sir, with it. Tree throw, Jinx picks up the kill. You gotta be careful with those toss-ins. I get how Blackfrath wants to play this lane, but Slark just doesn't do that.
Now, I was going to say there's a regen problem bottom lane, but it turns out a great way to get regen is die.
That is a good way. That is basically an Aegis, except you die for it.
Means you have to go buy items, you have to deliver your other teammates' items, all is well, except for the death.
And looking at the mid lane here, not only is the CS well in favor of Sui, but also the denies are well in favor of Sui. And look at him chasing down Breezy R with the auto headshots. Take aim is one hell of a jog. We are looking at almost 10 denies right now. So much XP loss for Breezy R. Getting to level 4, Sui basically a level up right now, it seems. That is a crazy disparity in mid lane for, you know, the Breezy R puck.
Maybe this is why they were so willing to give up the pucks. Like, all right, we have this counter in the pocket, ready to go, and I mean, it makes sense. This hero just has a very fast projectile. It's dodgeable, but not easy to dodge, and squeeze off a lot of damage to CS with, so it's not fun.
Radiant's courier.
No, and almost went for the charge there. You could see the Spirit Breaker was really setting up for this one, but puck just going down off the rune, so there won't be any issues here at all. Does leave topside kind of alone, but Ultra Gunner, I have played against the Hobbs Tide Hunter. He is someone who loves being able to sit in this lane and just be himself, you know, be themselves. Use the anchor smash.
Tide, this is massive watermelon-shaped hero, 9
yeah.
HP, ring protection. Like, what's your counterfeit? Mid lane, a dive by Kubrick, but Breezy R will get away for now. Simon rotates in, but again, very tanky here. It's a hard kill to get, but actually,
That
Kubrick's
is really
eventually
hard.
dead. It's too long of a charge cooldown.
Surely. It's a matter of time, right? Like, Kubrick's just trying to make this last as long and painful as possible for Breezy R. And honestly, Breezy R may just have to run back to base after this one anyways, because he's so low on mana.
Oh,
Don't
no,
take the
still
courier.
no kill yet. Still no kill. It's going to go to
Dude.
Simon.
Oh, the
no.
Frost Shield. That is depressing. Yeah, dude, Kubrick is happy. You've wasted so much time for this one. Now 21 and 12. Still not even cracking 10 CS for Breezy R right now. This is a rough mid lane.
Bottom lane, the Mars. I think, is that my first kill I've missed all series? Damn it. Oh well. Marcy died bottom lane. I'm not quite sure. Oh, so it's to the tower. That's why I missed it. It was a suicide to the tower.
Yeah.
I'm not counting
No,
that.
those ones don't count. No. Intentional deaths don't matter. You never catch the griefers.
Yeah, we'll say we're still undefeated today. I don't think I've missed one at least. Maybe I have, but I've been trying very hard today on camera work.
Yeah, you've been doing a good job, I'm sure. And oh, bot side? Looks like a little bit of a dive from Kubrick under the tower again. Man, I'm surprised they're able to bring so many, but you can look topside and Hobbs, 23 CS. They just keep on, and I'm imagining there's going to be another point in Kraken Shell or maybe the Anchor Smash, but Ultra Gunner just not able to stay here and do what he wants on the Morphling. He's taking so much damage, but thankfully already having the Morbid Mask. I suppose this is fine. I suppose this is just a trade that you're okay with.
You have to. Oh, actually, bottom lane again. Bit of fight going on. Slark's in a lot of danger, but not quite enough to die. Stick up is enough.
This tree throw has been put in some big work, and honestly, I don't foresee Slark being in this lane much longer, right?
No, problem is, unlike Morphling, who actually has a Morbid Mask, Slark is level 4. Once Yester gets 6, the jungle's a bit more possible, but until then, it's not good. And that's, again, Slark a bit of a slow starter, and much like the famed Reggie Gigas or like Anti-Mage, you need to have a good start, or else you're just going to slowly lose the game.
Yeah, I mean, top side, everybody's succeeding. Bot side, Dire is succeeding. Mid side, Radiant is succeeding. So even though there's some very clear lane losses in this game, so far it doesn't seem like it's really advantage to anyone just yet.
Wait,
and oh man, Ultra Gunner.
Cooper's dead. One more will do it.
Okay, yeah, this guy clearly has enough games on the Morphling. that was a very nice heads up play to know that he can just wait for him and get that kill.
Kubrick saw the opportunity. He saw Ultra was agi morphing up. But Ultra reacted in time back to the strength morph. It's like, alright, at that point, it's over. You're dead. Waveform forward, adapt the strike. It's too much damage. Maybe if Hobbs is 6 there, you throw in the Ravage, all is well, but not the case.
Yeah, he just hit level 6, and honestly, none of these items screen mana other than the mangoes, right? Nothing else really for the sustain.
No.
And as long as I get charged bottom.
Lack thereof. Simon died on the gank as well. This could be a second kill as well on Jinx.
Yeah, maybe. Kubrick is trying to chase it down. Looks like Blackfire doesn't actually want to commit for it. So underneath the tower, Yester taking so much damage. Confused is going for like the kick out. You want to send this Slark so far away from the tower so that he has nowhere else to go. Now they're gonna jump through, even getting the jump back, but an avalanche into the firestorm afterwards. Blackfire trying to run away, but he won't be able to. It's a bash on Jinx, but he won't fall. Now Kubrick, nowhere to go. A Frost Blast and a double kill for the Underlord. That is the fight of fights for Confused. And they may be able to take this tower, actually.
Alright, so apparently me and Bouche analyzed the situation the exact same way. It's go in and fight. Turns out that's a bad idea, though. Turns out it was all Rhoades who are correct instead.
I think like Avatos and Firestorm is just way too much damage for a Slark early on, and even if he had his ulti, like even if you're allowed to ulti there, it's all ground target damage. Like you still don't live through it. So I was a little concerned about the Slark pick, but just for the early on, right? As you get later in and there's a BKB and there's a higher HP pool, I do believe that the Slark could pop off with a lot of agi stacks. But until we get there, it's hard to be a Slark in this game.
I mean, look at I want you to just look at the hero net worth chart. So we see Slark number 6, 2,300 net worth. Wonder goal below Slark is tiny. And again, it's not the end of the world. Slark will recover. It will be level 6 soon for Yes Sir, but it's a very slow starting hero. I mean, we saw a bit of a slow start in the Void game 1, but this is much worse than game 1.
This is, and honestly, Breezy even experiencing like somewhat of an issue as well, but Breezy also has 2-2-1, so will eventually come back by just spamming out these orbs and killing creeps. He'll also have an avenue back in the game, even using the coil maybe to help out his team. But still, yeah, there's someone on either team that is having a really rough time. Thankfully, Ultra Gunner has been playing mostly like this kind of skill matchup, getting the farm, and doing, I think, very well versus the Tide Hunter. So still able to get a lot of gold right now on the Morphling, which has got to be their hope.
That's the one good thing is Puck is better from behind than Slark is. When you just have silence, you have coil, and again, it could just be go time diving middle lane, coil on the sniper already.
It's go time.
He went through the portal!
No! He went through the portal! And now they have the Ravage in the mid lane. They're gonna lock into the Puck here. Brazy Heart has a little bit more HP. Trying to get the courier on his way out here. Will get it, but unfortunately, the one hero that you went to get goes through your own portal. And, well, Sniper actually ended up coming back as well to join in on the tail end of the fight. That's some good heads-up gaming from our Sniper.
I love that play, actually. It's amazing.
It's pretty fun. That's simply the play. That is literally the move. It's fun, and it was the correct move.
Like, I don't think anyone was ready for that play, because usually going through the portal is unsafe. But that was the only play. That was the only play for Sweet. It's like, all right, I've got nothing to lose. If I stay, I'm dead. I'm going through the portal. What could possibly go wrong? He's safe. He's just safe down here in the bottom lane.
The only way that you die there usually is if it goes to fountain, which, to be fair, a lot of the times it goes to the fountain. So good job being able to go through it and not land in a precarious position.
I mean, if it ends up being a game where Bouche win, that play is what it's gonna be the turnaround point, I think. Because Sniper was having a pretty good game before that. But that's a lot of momentum being given in terms of, oh wow, this hero just gets free money, doesn't die, has time to farm. That's like a 1,000 gold swing for Sniper almost.
Yeah, and that was going to get Breezier back in the game. 3,400 net worth right now. You get that kill on the Sniper who just bodied you in the lane. All of a sudden, you're feeling pretty happy, and instead, you're just more and more sad.
And sometimes Dota, it's about being sad, you know. Like it's impossible for all 10 players in the Dota game to be happy.
That's true.
And
That's why I played
now
Venomancer.
It's Breezy R on Arc 1 where he's just sad.
Yeah, hopefully able to turn around a little bit here, but instead, you're gonna have to use that coil for some good use. Looks like topside kill on Simon. Unfortunate. That's
And it was what you have
death.
to do sometimes. You go on in there, you apply pressure to lane support, get some levels, and then again, Spear Pricker charge plus Gush. You just die sometimes.
Oh yeah, and honestly, a low kill game, 11 in about 12 minutes. So looking at just to kill a minute, definitely a little bit different. But look at the TPs, man. They are going all in on defending this top tower.
It's not that
As they
slow.
should.
I mean, maybe if you watch like League of Legends, it's pretty. Sorry, if you watch South American Dota, it's pretty slow. But if you watch League of Legends, it's pretty
That's
fast.
true. That's true. Yeah, League of Legends, you can go a while
South
without kill.
American Dota, so.
I think I had like 23 kills or something in the first 10 minutes of one of those games, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. And my analyst was like, they just run at people. And then that's South American Dota. It's only kills. Crazy.
He's in a lot of danger middle lane.
Oh
Easy
yeah,
kill
charge
there
through.
for Bouche.
Nice. What is the Blackcraft build actually? So it does go 1-3-1. I'm pretty happy with that one, right? Only need the rebound range. Starting to give the lifesteal to the Slark as well. That's going to be a big part of coming back in this game. Is yes sir. Has the Midas getting up there with the net worth of the Slark, who had kind of been bullying you in the lane before. So slowly but surely, we're getting back into a competitive game for both carries.
I mean, we're at the point where I'm interested in seeing how all roads plan on addressing this sniper problem, because Sui seems not to care. The obvious answer seems to be a tiny blink, but we're not quite there at that tiny blink yet. And until then, I'm not sure how they're going to kill the sniper.
Yeah, well, step one, don't put a portal right next to when he's in coil. That is the first step to killing the sniper. Step two, I'm not sure.
And I guess if you can just catch him over... I mean, he's already going in a little aggressively bottom, but...
Yeah, in fact, Breezy, maybe a bit of danger here, does throw out the coil, trying to get anywhere, throwing mangoes on the Slark, and Breezy can't get away. They throw down the Underlord portal, but yeah, no one is coming through. So Breezy goes down to the bot lane, and honestly, Slark just overtaking the puck now.
It's a bit of a... I mean, Breezy R1 make the play happen, but it didn't work.
Mm-mm.
And if Slark
Yeah.
dies there, that's one of those pretty high-risk, low-reward plays, though, and it just didn't work out there.
I'm unsure of why there wasn't a support coming to that call, right? Like, bring over the Lich, maybe bring over the Tiny. I think Tiny moving around with the puck for this stuff is fantastic. So I'm really surprised in a move like that you didn't have that, because there is a way to come back in this game, right? Like, just those two. Ava toss someone out of the coil. Like, you have a lot of damage. You have a lot of lockdown. I think very few heroes, maybe the Tide Hunter, but anyone else kind of just dies in that combo.
I have a very convenient answer for you. It's because Breezy R was fighting here.
Okay, yeah. Maybe not below the tier 2. That's a good point.
And
Try to
that's
find
why-
someone else anywhere
you
else.
have Underlord Portal. Hypothetically, as fightable, where I think Tiny was playing around confused there. So it's at that point you can portal in, bring in Underlord, bring in Tiny, but I don't quite know how many of these Radiant Mabu heroes are showing on the map. Perhaps all roads thought it'd be like a 3 or 4 man situation to react to Breezy R. It's impossible to tell it being in the comps though.
Yeah, no. It's one of those things, like, you see someone make a move all by themselves and they're like, okay, are they just bad or is that a bad call by the team? You know, you almost never know.
See again, Breezy R wants a kill on Kubrick.
Man, I tell you, with the HP that those guards are walking away with, You have to think one more hero and someone dies.
And Jinx was, or sorry, Simon was on the way, but not quite there in time, unfortunately. Meanwhile, we do see Confused in a lot of danger, though. Already being gone on by Tide and Slark, charged in by Cooper, but all just nearby.
Yeah, and Ultra Gunner, he turns into the Slark, goes in, and oh my god! So much damage all at once. This is just elimination from the Morphling. Confused as well, likely to fall, but Breezy does come in just in time. No link, but yeah, roll chat wheel onto the sorry from Ultra Gunner. A bit of a rough jump in there. It looked cool until the Ravage came out.
Unfortunately, not the death you want on Ultra. Certainly slows your game down there on the Morphling. Before, it was already a bit of a struggle to outfarm the Sniper with the Maelstrom, and now it's just that much harder. Sniper's over 1k to Morphling now.
Yeah, and the Maelstrom build is typically the one that, like, you're only going to get farm and farm and farm and farm and farm.
VCR, what have you done? Oh, no!
Oh, yeah, drops down the coil, and, yep, they'll stand there for a few seconds.
I watched that entire play happen from like the beginning of the action. I still don't quite know what the idea was there. I mean, it was to clear the wave, but then got scared of Hobbs and then jaunted forward, but it was just into 2 other heroes.
I guess to be fair, a giant watermelon walking at you with a hood, definitely a little bit scary, but I just feel like the tale of this early game right now for Dire is Breezy makes a really good move to get locked down on a few heroes. Absolutely no one does damage. Breezy dies. I just need someone to communicate and say, hey, let's go kill these guys together, or at least 2 of them, right?
Apparently we missed the Chain Frost, by the way, because there's some angry yellow chat from Simon.
Where are my bounces? Let's see. I suppose the Chain Frost wasn't too good. Also, top side, Confused, gonna get tossed out of his own Pit of Malice. The mech is here, but the cavalry is not here in time. Breeziar jumps in pretty deep once again, does end up jaunting that other illusion, but your Underlord is already gone. That's your big tower hold.
Alright, so I'm noticing a problem here. If you look at the Radiant team, Spirit Breaker, tanky. Tidehunter, tanky. Marcy, strength hero. Sniper has a Dragonlance going into a Hurricane Pike. Slark has Dispels. So everybody here has some kind of way to survive. This is a big problem.
It is. Unfortunately, Simon doesn't have such survivability. Nether Struck under his own tier 2 tower, and a big anchor smash from Hobbs. Will collect on the kill, and honestly, Kubrick just able to TP out here, and Hobbs putting the big bounty on the line because no one can kill the Tidehunter right now.
It's a classic Oscar-winning movie. Charge through, past tier 2 tower, juke in the trees, TP out. How can you stop it? Sweep the award show with that one for Kubrick.
You simply do not live it. And oh, Breezy, yeah, gonna get charged up. Kubrick will run away. Nothing done there. But he is running bottom again on Breezy R. I'm assuming this isn't the farm camps. It is the farm camps. Huh.
I mean, I guess if you're playing this aggressively, then there's the enemy farm to take, you know?
Yeah. Taking enemy camps is like the most efficient thing you can do really whenever you're farming. So I like that. It does seem like everybody else from Radiant is on top side of the map, though. And you may be giving up a Roche play, right? If you continue to fight down here. Hobbs do be thick.
The problem is you don't want to necessarily fight in the Roshan pit if Dire's 5. Now, if you get a pick off, then it's nice and easy, but you walk on in, coil, blink avalanche, throw in a chain frost, throw in Underlord everything. It could be a problem. If you remove literally any component of that team fight, then it's a lot easier because you have a bit of minus armor with the gush, you have the lifesteal with the sidekick, but until you have... I missed another kill.
Ultra gonna get to this time. He is the Spirit Breaker, and then Simon goes down top side. Chain Frost again. I'm unsure if that is a where is the bounces moments, or is that where is my Lich moments.
Let's say you're being gone on by Marcy and Slark. It's time to accept your death moments.
That's true. We are into acceptance.
That's the unfortunate part there is... I mean, it's actually fine. It's a 1-4 across the map. It's a relatively even trade. Sometimes if you're Simon, you say, you know what, my team got equivalent to my death in terms of gain, so it's fine.
Ooh. And jumping under tower is Hobbs. They just don't feel any pressure at all. Pipe completed now on the Tidehunter. Wraith, the Vlad's offering, provide all of this lifesteal on the anchor smash, and I legitimately have no idea how you kill this guy. And
We're
toss him
trying
up,
now,
but
but it's not working.
that was a very poor attempt. Jinx falls. Breezy got disposed backwards, but will get the blink away. Still charged up though by the Spirit Breaker. And Hobbs with the percentage damage HP loss from Confused, finally taking a little bit of damage here. But Kubrick under the tier 2, they do see the Spirit Breaker, but Confused is getting jumped on. That was your only hope of killing Tidehunter, and now it's going to leave. Nether Strike will finish him off, and a DD on the Sniper as well. They just pump out way too much damage. I hesitate to think that the Morphling should get involved in this one. This just seems like a death wish. So good job taking the tower, I suppose, from Ultra Gunner, but you will lose your tower top.
It's a trade. I mean, it was already a lost fight. The fact that the lost fight turned into a tier 2 for tier 2 trade is very good. Ultra's playing the part of the map you probably should be playing at this point. You push out this aggressive long lane. You play the enemy jungle and your own buy camp. It's probably the best farmer getting at the stage of the game, unless you have someone like Confused or Breezy are already playing there.
Yeah, and you got to feel like at this point of the game, like they don't know what the net worth is, but they definitely know that they're behind right now on all roads. So, you know, even trades when you're behind is technically a positive trade for you, since you're not losing anything at least.
I mean, one big sign that all roads know they're behind is Breezy's item build. He initially had Witchblade and Quick Buy, switched up through Kaya into Blink. The entire idea there is just to put in whatever damage you can on waves and contribute with the Blink Dagger. Obviously, the Witch Blade is a better scaling build, it's better, single target damage, but this build better allows them to just kill waves and delay the game. At that point, you hope that Ultra can carry you and the rest of your team can start getting their key items. I mentioned the lack of Tiny Blink earlier. Tiny has Blink. It's getting better in some aspects, but the problem is Radiant are just so strong right now.
Yeah, and they're about to have an Aegis here, so Sniper picking it up. Where you did maybe have a cope where it's like, hey, all I gotta do is link them, coil them with my puck, and I get the kill. Instead this time they did get the kill on Black Wrath, and coil is down, but only one break here in the mid lane. Unfortunately, it looks like nothing will really happen with it here. Hobbs coming back on in. They don't get the kill on the puck, but puck also doesn't get anything for it. So Marcy down. That's it.
All things considered, you take that. But it could have been instead of free Roshan, now the Roshan 4 Marcy trade is better than nothing.
True. Absolutely true. You hate seeing that Roshan just given without you even making an attempt at getting into the bit. It's not like, again, they have the worst like AoE contain, right? Like, you have this puck, Underlord, and as you said, I think already, even the Tiny and the Lich, like, you have AoE control. You're able to contest the pit, and watching that go down, albeit still versus a Tidehunter, it just doesn't feel good for you.
There's no detection. Oh no. That was a good idea going on Kubrick there. But, oh no, he got caught!
Oh no! Invis on the on the Spirit Breaker, and now linked up. Ultra Gunner goes down. So much damage, yes sir. Getting the kill bot side on Ultra Gunner.
See, sometimes you ask yourself, why not buy a Shadow Blade? And Kubrick showed both. He showed the duality of Shadow Blade right there in one engagement. Because he had Shadow Blade, he didn't die. Because he had Shadow Blade, he killed the enemy carry. So what more could he possibly want?
It is simply that great. The defensive and offensive pressure. Shadow Blade shambling all roads in the matter of seconds. And they're also going to lose a tier 1 tower out of this one. You kind of have to look at this and be like, what is the next timing? What can I possibly do to win this game right now if I'm all roads? My Morphin is just working on an Aghanim Scepter, which is something. You're able to turn into the Slark. You're able to get all those stats. It feels nice. Maybe my Underlord with a Sange. Maybe my Puck also with a Sange. None of these really feel like that item that's going to get me the game.
Yeah, maybe he'll just go and morph the Sniper instead. The problem is, no matter who you're going to Aghanim's morph, there's still the other Agi carrier doing damage. I think ideally it end up being the Sniper instead of the Slark, but no matter what, it's going to be a problem. There's going to be a very strong hero doing damage. And you have this dual core doing a lot of damage, and all roads don't really have the equivalent. I mean, Underlord would ideally be that damage hero, but not from this game state. There's no way he'll be able to keep up in damage.
I feel like I'm looking at a ton of control from all roads with not a whole lot of accompanying damage, and I'm just looking at damage from Bouche and the Slark, the Sniper, honestly even the Marcy enabling that with the sidekick as well. And they do have AoE control, right? They still have the Tidehunter, and I hesitate to see how you're taking an extra engagement here if you're only really relying on this Morphin for the damage. And Hobbs, yeah, not letting Ultra Gunner go. At this point, you have to know that the charge is coming. 4 Radiant heroes all surround the Morphling. And yeah, Avalanche not in time to save Ultra Gunner here. He turns into... I think it was a Spirit Breaker. It doesn't matter. He goes down on the Morph. 12,000 net worth lead, 15-9. Definitely feels very one-sided right now for Bouche.
I think Jinx had the right idea there to Avalanche trying to cancel the charge, but it's a little bit off on the angle. At the very least, Breezy is cutting the wave, but there's still a siege unit coming through, and Breezy might just die anyways.
Yeah, I mean, he's just looking around. Is showing the illusory orb. Yes, Jerry tried to guess where it was going, but Breezy, very wise, not even attempting to jump to that one.
It was a feint. I was one of those, hey, if I orb, they might follow it, and if they're following the orb, they're not canceling my TP plays.
Absolutely. And well, bot side map starting to close in again. Simon standing next to this offset. Please don't look at me. Please don't come near me. But mid lane, someone else doesn't have that same benefit. Marcy in the Death Shroud. Oh my god. They actually turned this one around. Yes, sir. Able to get the link up on the puck. Breezy trying to get away here, but another strike locking up, and they will kill the puck. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're starting to see why this puck was left in the pool. They clearly had a game plan for it.
The tips are coming through at this point. That's, you know, it's feeling good time. The 14,000 net worth lead. It's incredibly one-sided. We've said it probably 6.5 times in the last game duration, and I mean it keeps becoming more and more true. It's not getting any better until at the very least this Edis is lost, and it finally will be lost. But yeah,
The damage was done.
It's 15,000 net worth lead. This is an incredibly easy lineup to play when ahead. You have 2 DPS cores and a Tide who just is amazing team fighting from ahead. So. Oh boy.
And you can even see, like, Hobbs, they haven't had to really cast the Ravage. They haven't had many opportunities or needs to press the ability. So you have all this time that you're trying to fight, and you don't even have to use that big spell that will win you these team fights. Sniper at a furious net worth right now as well. Has the Hurricane Pike, Mjolnir, and the Aghanim Scepter actually for even more lockdown. At this point, you're so far ahead, it's like, I don't need to be more damage. I just need to make sure that they sit still while I hit them.
I mean, he's a Slark for damage anyway, so I might as well.
Yeah, no, honestly, I don't mind it all that much. Because even though there is a lot of AoE damage, I was worried for the Slark at first, but we have gotten to that time where now they have eclipsed where they need to be to do damage. And oh no, Avalanche in the midst of the coil. The pipe popped. Breezy not able to get away maybe here. Slark into the back line. Breezy does end up surviving, but that's coil, that's Chain Frost. And honestly, Radiant, they're still ready to fight. Hobbs jumping through, already used the Ravage, and Simon, hi me please. Looks like they won't on Hobbs. 1 kill, a lot of spells on either side.
Well, only Simon being lost, but it's not just Simon being lost now.
No, it's not. And they tossed Confused, and Black Wrath will get traded for Confused. Technically not even because Radiant is far ahead. Technically even because that was your offlaner for a 4, but I don't know. Things are very convoluted right now.
Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to build a gameplay for all Rhoades to win this game. It doesn't involve an outright accidental throw. I'm not sure what it is, though.
Sniper's very fragile and only really has the Hurricane Pike from ability, right? 2400 HP. Maybe if they get another damage item on the Morphling, right, they can try to pick off that Sniper on his lonesome. At this point, Vision is going to win you this game, right? If you're able to portal in on the Sniper whenever he's not expecting it, right? Kill him. You kind of open up a little bit of the game for your team because now every one of these heroes have to run into you. So I think maybe that's a bit of an opening.
Isolated enough, though. If he has teammates near him, then there's so many easy ways to save him. Between throwing out a stun, between the Chard or the Ravage, you've got Depth Shroud from the Slark, you have Marcy's sidekick and Marcy's save ability. It's just... I don't think Sui is going to play isolated enough to get the punish. Like, look at who's playing isolated. Let's see a hero like Slark, who has a lot of dispels, or a hero like Tide, who's just... Tide! This hero has too many dispels as well! Sniper is not the hero who's playing, out there alone aggressively.
Downright thick on the Tidehunter. Well, honestly, less HP than the Sniper does, but the difference does the Vlads, the Pipe, even the Mage Slayer from Hobbs. So a lot more damage mitigation there on the Tidehunter.
Man, this is... I mean, I'm an All Rhoades fan. I think people who follow the whole lads conversation know that, but it's a really unfortunate game 3. I mean, for Bouche, fantastic showing. They simply outplayed so far. If All Rhoades manage to win this game, it will be possibly the best comeback in lads history.
They were all but Cinderella
a
story,
lot.
right? They were all but Cinderella story, right? Like they were almost out of playoffs.
All Rhoades or Bouche?
Yeah, Bouche.
I think they made it. I think they probably made it to winners, if memory serves. I have to look that up actually, but
Oh no. Puck has been charged. They had the vision. Coil dropped down. Breezy jumping away here, but yes, sir, able to just pop that up. Another dodge from Breezy are on the assassinate, but has to try to dodge this Kubrick. No, they have locked on another frost shield. Maybe with the chain frost, they're able to do a little bit of damage as Breezy goes on his way, but the puck has fallen, and the chain frost just not able to do that much damage. BKBs from all 3 of these heroes. They'll chase down the Underlord, and even with the Avalanche Jinx, likely giving his life, because look at the Sniper able to sit and hit in the back line. Ultra gonna be able to turn into one, but the out from Hobbs. He doesn't get to cast it off them, but there it is, and an ultra kill. Damn it, Hobbs! It could have been a rampage. There it is. There it is for Sniper. Sui getting the rampage for his team, and surely this game will end soon.
yeah, I mean that wasn't good. You can't not take that fight, but you also can't lose that fight.
No, you can't. And now, I mean, just running on forward, we're really feeling the Sniper effect, and this Aghanim Scepter really proving useful on that lockdown that he's given to his team, because no one is able to escape. The Breezy Arm Puck already bumped back and died back. Just never an opportunity to play the game like they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. At this point, it's more Bouche well played. They look dangerous. I mean, Sweet's playing great. Esther's playing great. Hobbs has been drafting great. This entire team, Blackfrath and Kubrick, they've been playing extraordinarily well as supports as well. And this team is just online. That's what matters. This team peaking at the right time. And we're deep in playoffs. We're at the heart of playoffs. We're top 6, about to be top 4 in losers. And Bouche are dangerous. And this is a dangerous looking team at this point. I would not want to play this team at this point. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I mean, they've kicked it into another level. You're looking at this one with Hobbs, who I think had some offlane issues in the past. I know at the beginning of the season, it didn't seem like Hobbs was really performing at the level that we expected them to. But especially through this comeback, and especially in the games that we're watching today, this is the Hobbs that I used to know and love, seeing dominate the RD2L scene, coming in and holding his own, or holding their own in the lad scene. So there's some fundamental change in how either Hobbs thinks about the game or how they're just playing. That has definitely been a good move for them. Now, maybe a bit of a go here. Jinx tried to make a move on Blackfrath, but again, standing right next to the Slark, who drops a Death Shroud, and they just don't get anything that they wanted. A charge through as well, disrupting the Morphling. And on the backside, maybe trying to get on top of the Sniper here, but look at the take aim. Look at the damage from Sui, holding their ground, and they'll find the kill on Underlord. And a huge jump through from Blackfrath. Just can't get too close on the Morphling right now, but Hobbs won't let Ultra Gunner get away so far. They can charge through once, bind back on one, so Blackfrath's getting into it again, but no one is over here to help Ultra Gunner. Yes, sir, getting on top, turning back into the Slark that were trying to get away. It's a double jump around, and Hobbs actually does end up getting the kill, and meanwhile on the backside, Breezy gets the kill on the Sniper.
Now, that was the all-in play, and again, that's about as good of an all-in play as you're going to get. You kill Sniper, you don't die on Ultra. That's pretty good, actually.
No, absolutely, and they did also lose the Sniper that was buyback on the Marcy. Now you do end up losing both your Tiny and your Underlord in an initiation that should have ended up being a kill for you, but still, like, Sniper going down and that gold going to Breezy R is fantastic.
Okay, let's see here. What's in the quick? I'm seeing a BKB and quick buy for Morphling. You know what I want to see after the BKB? Divine Rapier.
Oh boy.
Divine Rapier at this point.
That
After
is the
BKB.
definition of all inning for a game like this, to be fair.
Like, you want to
Uh,
win, right? You gotta play to win sometimes.
That's playing to win, baby. And, well, Root up on Blackfrath. Gonna get linked up as well, but the BKB able to get out. Breezy R, although he got a lot of gold for the sniper kill, still not yet to level 25, so BKB is very good versus that puck hero. They do end up clearing through the Wraith Pact, and yes, sir, getting on top of the Underlord. You don't have sniper here, so this is a 4v5 and can be somewhat in favor of Dire for now, but only for another 10 seconds.
Why is there a Wraith Pact in my Dota game? In the current year? Why is there a Wraith? I thought we were done with Wraith Pact.
I thought we were pretty done with it as well.
But I thought we
Apparently-
necroed this item.
Apparently, though, with the physical damage, I suppose, from the Morphine, honestly, I think this team is still mostly magical damage from Dire right now.
I guess you're right, but I'm not even. I mean, maybe it's one of those times to buy the Vlads. Vlads is good for my team. Oh, I gotta upgrade something. Item slot to buy a Wraith Pact.
Should have gone for the helm, too.
Oh yeah, you can buy multiple things. I'm real with you. I have never bought Helm 2 in my life.
It's because you don't play Beastmaster that often, right? I feel like
I don't play Beastmaster, I don't play like it.
Yeah, right. Like even Chens don't even want to touch the items. So I don't know. The item definitely fell out of place. It used to feel like really strong, right? You just pick any offlaner, build Helm 2, and go. And I forget what the nerf was, but that got kind of taken out of the way. So yeah, now there's a solid 2 heroes that buy that item. Which, to be
Breezyar's been caught
fair,
bottom lane. We're going to need a great
Oh,
escape
no.
here.
yeah,
Never
looks-
doubted. Never doubted.
has the Ogre Seal Totem as well, so honestly, even a little bit more escape potential from the puck now.
On the bright side, okay, so if looking at our good friend, the green line in the graph, it's gone from 99% to 98%. It's getting better.
They have literally doubled their odds. Literally double.
It's a massive improvement.
So much. And it looks like Kubrick. I mean, honestly, this Spirit Breaker is effectively the offlane Spirit Breaker that we used to have nightmares about whenever this was like purely meta. Has the Shadow Blade, has the Aghanim Scepter. Honestly, the only thing that's missing is like phase boots instead of these tranks. This is a wave clearing machine, and we're about to see level 25 on the sniper as well. So I imagine that attack range is going to hurt a lot. Now jumping into the mid lane here, they've managed to catch out the Morphling. Ravage down. They could just lock down the Morphling before they're allowed to press any other buttons. Manti now getting onto the high ground here. Blackfrath able to dive deep here, but the damage may be too much. Bombing the BKB to get back through. With the, oh, Coil used actually and stuns up this Tide Hunter, but no one else needs to run out of it. They just don't have the accompanying damage with the lockdown provided by the puck.
Well, both teams use some spells, but at this point, Breezyar's been caught!
Breezy, no, Breezy.
Oh no.
And no, even the jump through on the high ground. Sniper literally creating plays with the Aghanim Scepter. Tiny trying to run away, but the jump through from yes sir. That's gonna be a tiny kill, and Slark not done yet. Ultra Gunner trying to do something, turning into the Slark, but he does get stunned. Turning back into the Morphling, trying to get into the base. Will turn back into the Slark to get back into the base, but that regen is all that can save you. Ultra Gunner just feels like he has nothing left to do. The rest of his team has fallen, and I believe we're gonna start seeing some G's soon.
Yeah, we're not far from it. I mean, maybe Ultra time for one more crazy all-in team fight with the BKB, but again, the odds are low. Your base is depleting. You're running out of things to defend. You need Yoda Records. They're up for 45 seconds, and they know Ultra Gunner's here. They see him. He's bounced.
No, yeah, he gets leashed up. Has to pop the BKB. Yes, sir. Not done hitting just yet. Charging through from Kubrick will stop here. And now with the BKB gone, all you have is a tiny to your name. And Hobbs, they're going to start taking down the base.
This is the play now where I think you're angry, you know you've lost, but you have to try one more fight. You have to say to yourself, all right, one more fight. You can't give up like this. It's a two-man smoke, already broken the Morphling, but it's just such a hard angle to find. It's a 2v3 now, with Kubrick being gone, but it's still a very hard 2v3.
Yeah, no, and even with like the Lich and the Tiny up, your base is falling. They'll try to dissuade it with the Frost Armor, but look at that. Avatos up on one, doesn't even do any damage on the Tiny. Jinx just going to fall. On the backline in the base, Coil will get used, but the Depth Shroud just placed right on top of the rest of the team. Confuse will fall as well, and the damage is just overwhelming from the Slark. Look at him jump, look at him fly, and with the BKB, he's just going to mulch through the rest of all Rhoades, and just as soon as they got back into the game with one last hope, it has fallen here. Ultra Gunner doing his best to hold the line, but yes, sir, able to turn this one back towards the Ancient. Sui trying to end it himself as well, but oh, poor Lich here. Even with the Ghost Scepter, they're just making this long, drawn out. But yes, sir, look at all the agi that he has. Finally going to be able to get a kill on the Underlord. Now they do take down the Slark, and now Ultra Gunner with the BKB gets stunned up by Hobbs. Sniper locking him down as well, and Blackfrost getting the kill. Maybe they have a little bit to hold. No, GG. Game number 3 going to Bouche. So the Cinderella story is still alive. They're able to go to the next round of the playoffs. Are they in lower finals now?
No, they're in losers top 4. Next round will be the losers bracket semifinals. They will play the winner of whatever's DKMP and Buffles is the ladies. I believe it's tomorrow with you, correct?
Yes, Cuban Extraction and Vico is smiling. The
That is not
PMA.
Tomorrow with you. Then that's a different series. That's winners
Okay.
finals.
Okay, that's winners finals. I see. Yeah, the Cuban Extraction versus PMA team. That is tomorrow at 9 East. Yeah, and so that is our winner finals. And then it looks like that other game is not on the schedule yet.
So we're waiting for losers quarters to be scheduled to play losers semis to play, of course, losers finals, and then we're getting to the end of the season. I mean, we have, by my count, 5 series remaining. So we are wrapping up our current lads season 11. Season 12 should be fun. I mean, there's a lot of people that looking to run it back at season 12. There were a lot of disappointments for season 11, and again, for all it was a victory, a bit of a disappointing end. They weren't everyone's favorite to win the series, to win the season, but again, there were a lot of people's like top 3 or top 4 team. They were my pick to win the season. I was a true believer, and unfortunately for me, it ended up not working out. But for my Bouche, they're online, they're strong, they're playing well. They're certainly worthy of winning lads, but it's going to be a hard road to win lads at this point. It's still 3 more series to win if you plan on winning lads, and there are no easy wins left.
How many more series do you think that people will start treating this Bouche team as the favorite in their series? I feel like every time that I've casted them, I've seen them as still the underdog. Usually is the what people think.
I mean, if they end up playing the ladies, that'll be an interesting thing in that both these teams are kind of like, honestly say like low hype teams going into the season. They both greatly outperform their preseason hype. I know most content creators, myself included, had the ladies extraordinarily lowly rated, and then now they're top 6, possibly going to make top 4 and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
I had Bouche more middle of the pack team wise, but to be fair, they ended up roster swapping midseason. The roster swap has really helped out. They actually made an MMR downgrade to get Kubrick into this team because Kubrick was like I think like 500 or 1,000 MMR downgrade from the initial support player, but sometimes it's one of those things where you need the right team comp to work internally. And again, you see what Yes Sir, you see with Sweet, you have 2 like 7k core players. You don't necessarily need everybody to have MMR, and I think it's now the right chemistry, the right special sauce to make this team properly function. And again, they're dangerous. It's very obvious they're dangerous at this point.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'll stick by it. I remember watching some Hobbs play earlier on the season. I thought it was a shadow of their former selves whenever they were playing this. And I'm happy to say now that this does look like the Hobbs again that I'm used to watching. 2v1 a lane up top, tell your support to go elsewhere. He'll just, they'll just take the levels, they'll win the lane by themselves, don't need any help, and then they'll go into the mid game and just simply win the game for you. So that's the Hobbs that I remember watching, and I'm happy to see that back.
So we are done for the evening. That'll be the wrap on up for now. You got any thanks for coming on, Matt? You got any final words, call-outs, shouts to the people of Legal Ads?
Yeah, shout out to everybody watching. 50 viewers, and it's not even grand finals yet. That is hype to see. I'm happy to see that everybody turned out today. Keep watching more lads action tomorrow. We'll be looking at the winners finals with Shane's team Cuban Extraction versus the PMA team Vico is Smiling, which I think Vico is also another team that people didn't expect to really get there to all the way to winners finals, maybe at least. But happy to see them in. And yeah, no, if you guys looking for anything to do on Tuesday, I'm probably will be casting more of the SA DPC Div 1. That's happening over at the BTS Brazil channel. I'm happy to be in the Div 1 scene now. And it definitely feels a lot smoother with the BTS takeover. So I'm happy to see where all they take this. But yeah, no, I think that's it for me.
All right, so my name is Badger. Thank you to my casters, Math, Andy, and Jim, for coming on for this fine evening. Congratulations to my Bouche on the 2-1 victory over all Rhoades 2 victory. I am out of here. I am out of here for now. I will be back hopefully soon. If nothing else, I will be back for at least one more Lads series this playoffs. I think you already know which one it is, my 6th time in a row, so we'll see when that one happens, but let me cast your games, cast your tournaments, contact me over on the Discord, just Badger15713, or on Twitter, twitter.com/BadgerDota2. But yeah, we're gonna go jump on back. We're gonna go raid somebody sure. And then when that happens, it'll be a fun time. We'll see you again soon, and as always, have a great night.